Greetings and salutations, Dota fans! It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 8 action. I am joined tonight by a Lads champion himself, the man who's been exiled from the defending champions, Teddy.
Exiled? What?
How are you tonight, Teddy?
I'm feeling bad now. We need to stop this false narrative that I was exiled. I left.
That's not what KU tells me. I believe KU.
What? Dude.
We of course do a little bit of the
Crazy.
memeing around here, but what we do have on our hands is what should be a very good Dota 2 series. On the dire side, we have the defending champions, No Teddy, aka Heck Teddy, who are 7-3, looking for an upper bracket spot. On the Radiant side, we have Dog Owners, who are 4-4, vying for a playoff spot at all. So it should be a pretty good series.
And Dog Owners has 2 stand-ins as well this night. No, Aaron. I'm not sure who the other missing player is, though.
Potato, right?
Protato. Those 2 pretty high-caliber players. But they also got a high-caliber Colonel Squid in return.
Yeah, I mean, they brought in Envy of 5 above-average dudes, and they brought in Squid of Nebula, aka Frostfire Sims. Should be a different dynamic to the team for sure. Should be fun to see exactly what Shane has planned draft-wise for these 2 new players. Of course, the classic Meepo play will not be an option, which is something, but they instead picked the most fun heroes in Dota, Nyx and Viper.
I like the Nyx. The Nyx is pretty good against the Sand King, because what it kind of forces the Sand King to do, you will pretty much never get Burrow into ult off, which is like the easier execution, blink, burrow, ult. So you're never going to get it off because typically you blink, burrow, sandstorm, ult. Nyx is just going to carapace it and cancel your ult. So it just makes the execution harder there. You either have to ult beforehand or kind of plan for that Nyx carapace. And Monkey King is also just pretty standard. Pretty sure this is an all roles hero now, right? -5. Played anywhere.
I mean, Monkey King, yeah. You can even play a 5 if you truly want to. It's not that particularly bad.
Yeah, I'm sure
obviously,
it's not that
you
bad.
usually run him as a carry, but he's a very good counterpick into certain mid laners. Mid, he's good at 4 sometimes, he's good at 3 sometimes. It's like Tiny or a hero like Gyro, where you just run him literally any role in Dota.
And then talking about some of the bans here, like the couple that we skipped over. If you look at Radiant side bans, they start with Gyro Venge. Venge just, that just makes sense. It's a very good hero this patch. Still around 65% win rate in Lads here. The Gyro though, this is a bit more targeted. Mr. Pydoc Malefic here does love the Gyro 4, thinks it's broken. And KU's Gyro is also pretty good. Won us a lot of games last season. Let me see. Oh, and what do you think of this Techies ban?
I think it's appropriate given what happened quite recently.
That's why I made the video, to, get this hero banned. I was hired to make the video. I was told I would be getting paid in this season's winnings, so I'm excited for that. Do you know how much they're going to be making?
Oh, massive amounts of money, I'm sure.
That's great. Let's see.
Yeah. We have some fun bans here. I like these bans. A lot of pretty boring heroes being banned out. Except for Techies, but Techies is hard to cast, so I'm happy with them being banned out.
I mean, I'm fine. They saw the power of KU Techies. They don't want to deal with it. Understandable. Even I don't want to deal with it. I don't like it in my pubs. So, on Heck Teddy, we see this Juggernaut ban. It's just to give the Sand King an easier time. It's almost not impossible, but it's very, very rough laning into a Jug. You don't want to do that. There's a couple other heroes that make the lane tough, but I feel like none are as hard as Jug.
I, for one, don't consider Jug a particularly ban-worthy hero, but that's Dota 2 for you sometimes.
Yeah, again, it's not, the greatest carry in the world right now, but it has a very good matchup here. And good matchups can lead to good games, even if the hero is not particularly fantastic.
That is true, but Jug... Is there a worse carry in Dota than Juggernaut right now?
Dazzle.
Okay, is there a worse carry in Dota than actual carry hero than Juggernauts?
I'm thinking.
You were fast in the Dazzle draw there. I'm sure you got some kind of Dazzle carry story you're just dreading to relive. But I mean actual carries, not Dazzle
What?
or Crystal Maiden.
I swear it's good. It was better when the Ags was auto attack on spellcast.
That was a fun one. And now it's actually
But,
useful. But what can you do?
mhm. But so like back to Jug. You think it's the worst carry of the patch? I can't think of others. I don't play the role really. I want to say CK might be not that great right now. I love the hero, but we don't see it too often.
I'll agree he's not great, but I think there's certain drafts, certain heroes you can match up into. Well, Jug is like it's the same thing, but I just think Jug has like worse base stats and he has worse spells than CK. Like Phantasm is still a very good ability.
Yeah, it really is. Other bands that we saw: Dusa, Faceless Void,
Spectre,
standard heroes.
PL, the actual good carries of the batch.
All the good carries are gone. We might see a Luna, a revert to last patch.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too shocking. We've seen a lot of Weaver being picked recently as well. Neither team has opted for it quite yet, though Nyx is a pretty good hero into Weaver, which would dissuade No Teddy from picking it.
And here we see Abaddon. This is just Keita's hero. Always lovely to see.
You gotta respect your fellow Abaddon pickers. Abaddon pickers are real chads out there. Unlike, say, Oracle pickers or like Wyvern pickers. Abaddon pickers are real gentlemen.
I mean, Keita also plays the other two heroes you mentioned.
We'll ignore that.
We'll ignore that.
We're to conveniently ignore it.
Okay then. But yeah, this hero's always good. The save is always powerful. What else? I think its laning is always pretty alright too. Take the curse and start running at them.
It's one of those heroes where you don't mind dying in lane running at somebody because you're going to win the regen trade just because you're Abaddon against like 99% of heroes in Dota.
And most importantly, it can be played on 200 ping.
Exactly, which is, for those who are unaware, Keita, the 5-player and captain of No Teddy, is playing from Japan currently, which is bad for ping. Let's put it that way.
It's good for our brand though, because we're now an international team.
That is true, but we have a good number of international teams in the league already, but those are like US plus Canada, which doesn't really count anyways. Now, Japan, that's more fun than Canada.
I'm gonna start hiring some South American players in my next visit to Mexico.
If you want to get some good South American players, you gotta go real down south. You gotta go for like Peru. Now Peru's got some good players.
I just sound dumb, huh? I said South America. I mentioned Mexico.
And Latin America, Central America, South America. They're all.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
They're comparable. I understand what you meant there. I'm not gonna mock you for your American geography skills.
Now let's see. We got Lina Wraith King.
Huh.
So I guess the draft is starting to solidify. My thoughts here. I think this is probably Lina mid. Only because I'm not as big a fan of Lina 4 anymore after the nerfs. Because you can't keep your Fiery Soul up anymore.
You need more than simply 1 point in Electric right now to keep up your second Fiery Soul, which is a massive nerf for Lina.
Before, your power spike was level 2, where you can get like 3 stacks of Fiery Soul and just click the enemy down. Your power spike is now like level 3, and even then it's worse because you have to cast 2 spells to get your Fiery Soul up, as opposed to just like 1 over and over again.
I think Squid plays a pretty good mid Lina as well, so we're looking at either a 3 Viper or a 5 Viper, and then a mid Lina carrier is getting a 4 Nyx, which should be, at the very least, somewhat interesting.
Does Squid play Viper? Actually, disregard that. There's no way they're last picking their 5, right?
No. I'm sure they play Viper. I'm sure he plays Viper.
But if that's the case, then I mean, I guess there's a lot of flex here. It could still just be like 5 Nyx, 4 Lina, a lot of weird stuff. And here we see Kobe's hero being picked up, Kobe Windrunner. I think 11-17 also plays this hero, but I don't think they'd want to do Sand King mid. It's not really something we see from this team.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's picked sometimes, but generally not very commonly for a reason. Especially not against a hero where it's either a Lina or a Viper mid, neither of which is a good matchup for Sand King. I'm interested
think-
to see what they pick for KU at this point if it's not Monkey King. We're expecting this to be a Monkey King carry, right?
Yes, we are. Or actually, scratch that. I predict it's a 4 Monkey King. We know this Malefic player only asks for the weird heroes. I'm sure you've seen his 4 Storm in a game, right?
How much? I'm not sure if I've seen his 4 Storm, but I've seen him play a number of odd
Oh.
4s, so I understand what you mean.
But we do see 4 Storms occasionally, and it's picked early, and then people think it's a mid. Because they don't expect it. But I'm expecting it here. This is a 4 Monkey King, their last picking their carry.
It's bold, and I like the idea, actually. And it looks like dog owners seem to be onto it. They've banned out the famed KU Terrorblade, obviously a hero that has felt some pretty significant nerfs in the last few patches. But it's still KU Terrorblade, nothing you want to mess around with if you're not ready for it.
Mm-hmm. On the side of Dire, we see an Earth Spirit ban. I'm not aware of any Earth Spirit players on this team.
I'm sure that Radiant have their. I mean, Potato plays. Or sorry, not Potato. Staples plays a pretty good Earth Spirit, but they have their 4 already, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. So, they just did their homework with the Earth Spirit player. Don't deal with it. Just ignore it. Don't even bother.
Like, he's not Cub, but he's one of the better Earth Spirit players in Labs for sure.
Mm-hmm. And now we have a Weaver band, carry of the patch, as you mentioned. Or maybe not carry of the patch, but definitely up there. We see a lot of Weaver nowadays.
He's a hero who's been really invoked. Like, he's not necessarily, say, as good as Tiny, where Tiny's probably the carry of the patch, but Weaver's also a very similar hero where you can pick him in a bunch of different roles. And it's very versatile to draft with that hero.
I'm just going to say, any carry players, you should do my Weaver build. I call it the Proc Champ build. You build only procking items. MKB, Basher, Maelstrom. It's quite fun. Alright, we're going to see them round out their draft with the Brewmaster here. I really like this pick. It's very nice. Give them a lot of team fight.
Obviously, it's not locked in yet, but I'm expecting 5 Viper mid Lina for Rebrew.
I agree with you. That's most likely what we're going to see here.
So, can I turn you in for the reward here, this $100,000 reward, or...?
No.
Fine. Wait, what is that? That's the sniper here.
Oh, that is crazy. This is a KU sniper.
Okay, we need to remake the lobby.
I like this pick. This hero, I think, is a sleeper hero. Now, I'm gonna go put some tortillas to heat up. I'll be right back.
Alright. Actually, get in the lobby first. Uh-oh. That's bad. Well, hopefully he comes back. Hopefully he come back before the lobby's fully remade. Let's see, I'll pick manual. That's whatever.
Alright, so I will be leaving exactly 2 more times. 1 to give the tortillas a flip. 2 to assemble the taco.
I'm gonna need you to disconnect from the lobby and rejoin the new lobby.
Wait, really? What happened?
Remember, Kobe had the abandoned bug?
I really don't, but...
He did.
Alright, let me disconnect.
He did have the abandoned bug. He was abandoned from the game. He had to reconnect because, I mean, he had the same bug that Yuma had. So
wait, so it's just an entirely new lobby?
Entirely new lobby. Everyone's in it right now, but like Shane and Staples. Okay.
Alright, so...
It's up right now, so...
Yeah, good thing that this happened now instead of 20 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean, I've been babbing for that game. It wasn't very fun. Go join the caster slot, by the way. Not the
that's right.
You're on the wrong team, sir. Jesus. Just go. Oh, wait. Possibly. Okay, now Squid's.
He just wants to cast with us.
Just removing him from the lobby team. I don't. Squiddy.
There you go.
Colonel Squid.
So, and as you said, ready, I was about to say G.
You're allowed to say G, but I'm going to ignore your G. I just want you to know that.
It's just force of habit.
You can say G. I'm not going to acknowledge your G. I'm going to acknowledge Shane's G, and I guess in this case Malefic's G. But of course, we have remade. We are back.
Speedrunning the draft.
It's a real fast draft right now.
These players are just that good. They know what they want to pick. They know what they want to ban.
They're very prepared, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You said tortilla. Are you ever doing soft tacos tonight?
Doing what?
Soft tacos instead of hard tacos?
Soft tacos, yes.
That sounds delicious.
Hard tacos are not real.
I think I'm on the soft taco camp at this point. I think hard tacos are good, but I think soft tacos are just better. And it might be controversial to say that, but I like soft tacos.
Not controversial. It's facts. I'll be right back. I gotta give them a flip.
You go flip your tacos. I'll be here. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1 of a 2-game series between the side of dog owners on the Radiant and the defending Lads champions, no Teddy on the Dire. My name is Badger. I am joined by Teddy, albeit not currently as he is tending to his tacos. Hopefully we are in for some good Dota 2. I have a way with words. But we should be it's a 5 Nicks, which is interesting. I was expecting the 4 Nicks. Looks like we have a... Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? What is this? Okay, I am completely off the mark. It is a mid-brew. It is a 5 Nicks. Okay, it's Carry Wraithkin, we know that much, but it's a 3 Viper and a 4 Lina. I am a little bit shocked by the Radiant side allocation of heroes here. I thought the obvious play would have been Carry Wraithking, mid Lina, 3 Brew, 4 Nyx, 5 Viper, but I am wrong on 4 of those. Only the Wraith King is 1. So perhaps the players are prepared for the draft and I am not, which makes sense. They are the players and I am just play-by-play caster rank 4. We do love a mid-Windrunner, which should be interesting. Which means that potentially these Dire cores may struggle with durability. It is Sniper and Windrunner, the 2 main cores of Dire. They've run the Monkey King 4, as Teddy predicted, and they have the Sand King 3, which is the most unsurprising thing of all time, so... Yeah, should be interesting to see how this draft concept works. Now we're seeing Squid attempt the Rune Steal. Is not going to get it. It'll be 2 runes apiece, so nothing too out of the ordinary so far.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's talk about this Sniper hero, because it's interesting. We don't see it too much, but it's very good. Part of that reason that I think this hero is so good is Take Aim. If you read the new Take Aim, what it lets you do, it lets you have 100% chance to headshot. So if you're being dove, you just turn on Take Aim and just shoot them away, while also doing like triple your damage. We'll probably see some of that later on.
It had an active before, but this active is much better than the old active. I think we'll all agree with it at this point.
Bottom lane, we do see stun into stun, trying to get the Sand King low, making him burn through his regen.
This is the classic no Teddy Sand King here. It's a trend that has gone back to when Teddy played Sand King, where this team has really leaned on Sand King as a strategic building block.
The next team name will be No Sand King.
You'll still pick Sand King
and we
every
do
game.
see a go here, stun into stun. They'll be detered by Monkey King.
Everybody is fine for the time being. It's like Dire are in a good spot. Equilibrium lies in this lane. There's 2 melee creeps, range creeps for the Radiant pushing in right now. We're seeing a bit of brawling in both these side lanes, and Abaddon's courier, Kate's courier will go down here. But no actual heroes dead for the time being. Bottom lane though, we're still on kill alert. The Primal Spring is there on a Shane, but the Impale is the return. Malefic though is still running at Shane. We're seeing Fire Blast onto 11-17. Back to Shane is being run at still at Malefic. Malefic is faster with Orb of Venom, but it's not enough damage quite yet. And now 11-17 needs to be a little bit careful. He has a massive wave here under the tower, but Envy is just completely ballsy right now. Wants to contest these creeps under the Dire side tower even.
We'll see Sandstorm coming out finally. It's going to make his lane easier. He did choose to go for the level 1 Caustic, which is fine. It's a double melee lane after all there.
We see another courier's dead. Rip the couriers today. It's now both 5s have lost their courier.
Taking a look at last hits, I see things are pretty even, except on the side of the off lane. So both carries have pretty equivalent CS, but in terms of the off lane, the Windrunner is pulling a bit of head here. or not Windrunner, the
Viper.
Viper. Viper is pulling a bit ahead here. Sand King has hit level 3, has chosen to just max out Sandstorm. No Burrow Strike, so we probably won't be seeing any kill attempts from Dire in the bottom lane.
It's one of those things that made me recognize, hey, killing Wraith King Nyx is hard, and even if we do, it's not very valuable for us. So I'm not going to bother. We're seeing the double stun there onto the Sand King right now. Prospering is there from Malefic, and now they turn to Envy. 2 stacks of Jingu are there. And there it is, first blood drawn by Malefic on Monkey King. On the carry of Envy.
The kill attempt here was going on Dire. And they turned it around despite sitting in the Sandstorm and keeping them in there. With the combined slow of, let's take a look here. Tree Dance, that's 20%. Orb of Venom, that's another 13. And Sand King, it's another 10.
Speaking of Sand King, he's stunned right now by Envy. Incapacity once again, it's slowing. They need a few more hits on Sand King, but they cannot get it. Now Malefic turns on the Shane, the Carapace will stun him. Now it's Malefic who is tanking some creeps, running away from Envy, but has 4 stacks of Jingu. It's now popped. Malefic is 1v2. The Impale is there. Fire Blast is up. It will be used. Can they kill Malefic? Yes, they can! Now it's 1 kill for both teams. Envy avenging his own death now.
You saw that he was hesitant there as to whether to go back, but he decided he wanted to like try using his Jingu stacks there. But that stutter step backwards is what killed him. Now if we take a look at top, might see a kill attempt here soon, or nope, just kidding. Viper has chosen to not level Poison Attack more than once just yet. So if you're picking Viper offlane, you can't quite go for kills until this Poison Attack has hit at least level 2. Because otherwise it's just not worth it.
We may be here for a little bit longer than until a kill attempt happens, if that's the case. He is still level 1.
It is also Viper into Sniper. It's a lot easier when the hero you're diving is a melee hero.
Or at least a relatively low attack range hero, unlike Sniper, who has a very long attack range and an ability that gives him more attack range.
And now, one that lets him push you away.
We're seeing brawling on both these side lanes. Sniper TP's away barely in time. Over to bottom lane, Shane is being run at by Malefic. Jingu is there, but needs, I think, 3 more hits, and he will not get that. So there will be no kill in either of the side lanes. Viper TPing away, Shane simply walking away. But Dire winning the regen trade in both those trades.
We see a go mid lane. He has ulted the Brewmaster on Wind.
Good shackle
and lands
there.
Shackle.
Power Shot is up, needs a few more hits though before the Power Shot's enough damage, and it will not happen. Brewmaster simply a little bit too tanky.
I also just wanted to make use of his timing there. He hit 6, Brewmaster has yet to hit 6. So if he gets that kill, that's pretty huge. And that would also be his only opportunity. Because as soon as we finish this wave, Brewmaster's going to be 6, and it becomes that much harder to kill him.
Mm-hmm. It's still good for Kobe, though, to be up in levels against Squid. Obviously, Squid, one of the best mid-legend lads, and for Kobe to be up and be in this lane, even by a very slight margin, is very impressive.
Mm-hmm. I think these guys are in the top 3, right? Kobe number 1, Colonel Squid number 3. My personal favorite is Jorik at number 2, though.
Joe Rick XD. That's my thoughts. I actually think the mid conversation with lads is very interesting right now. Like, there's a number of lads mid laners I think are very good. I think Fury, Squid, Kobe, Andy Bendy.
Andy Bendy has been the breakout of the season.
Bot lane though, Bounce Wick there on the 2, level 17. Will go down, appears first like there to Envy, so now it's Envy dead, it's a trade for level 17. Both cores are now dead, now it's Malefic running at Shane, the urn is there. Shane sticks, Malefic dives, and the urn will do it. Will be 2 kills for 1 in favor of No Teddy. I think every kill this game has been in the bottom lane, correct?
I think so. Let's check the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's been 5
every
kills.
kill's been in the bottom.
All in the bottom lane.
Oh wait, if we look at mid, we do see a go onto the Windrunner.
Yeah, she's being dove by Primal Split. Abaddon was there in the rotation, but he was cycloned up by Colonel Squid. Down goes Windrunner. Now it's Squid once again on the dive, but Keita under his tower and being an Abaddon will be A-okay. Good kill there though for Squid. I mean, it's Primal Split, so not too surprising, but good kill nonetheless.
Do we call him League of Legends or Kobe?
I gotta call him Kobe at this point. League of Legends it's both a mouthful and a competing game. Like, come on now, it's too much.
I call him Alan, but most people won't understand who I'm talking about. But yeah, so while we saw Kobe there, he was trying to juke it out, almost got away with it, but Brewmaster found him in the end.
Minotaur though is in danger. Kobe rotated, and with help of KU, it will be a very easy kill there on Viper. Focus Fire was there. Down goes Meteor on that Viper. Meanwhile, bot lane. Never mind, he's a Wraith King, he's fine.
He's a Wraith King who chose to level his ult at 6.
So in the unlikely chance that he died, he will also still not die.
But we do see Wraith Kings tend to also opt out of the ult at 6 occasionally. Only because it slows down their farm. They want to max out these skeletons as quickly as possible. So this is going to slow down his game a bit. Not the worst thing in the world, but like you said, it's reassurance. If you die, you get that second chance.
Now we're seeing regen is taken by Malefic. Shane, though, ensured that neither mid laner gets it, so will be no mid lane bottles, simply regen to the Monkey King. I find it interesting that both teams are, they really ignored the water runes, but now it's like minute 8. It's like, alright, both teams contest the actual runes very heavily. We saw, I think it was 5 heroes there scouting runes between both mid laners and supports.
Yeah. Well, the actual runes are always a bit more dangerous. You don't want to give this Brewmaster an arcane rune.
Or even, like, say, a Windrunner, an arcane rune, or a DD rune. It's very dangerous as well.
And then, well, we don't see it anymore because I think they removed this, but before you had, like, the 50 minutes multiple rune spawning, you would go for both of them.
Well, Shane is in danger bot lane. Primal Spring is there. Carapace will delay into the 2-man imp. That's fantastic sound from Shane, but is it enough? He's still being run at, has very little HP remaining, being delivered to the tower. Power shot from a longer range from Kobe. Burrows there onto Envy as well, but now some TP in from Staples. Dragon Slave is there. Down goes 11-17. It's a 1-for-1 so far. Now Malefic is in the trees. Can he juke it out? It seems like it. He is doing the classic stand in place and he's not being found. But Radiant, go forward. Shackle Shot and Focus Fire there onto Envy. Balance Strike comes in onto the Wraith King. Elsa is there onto 2. Can they survive? Envy, low. Kobe, low. Envy, dead. Had no mana for Reincarnate, and now it's Dyer's on the run, but they've won the trade 2-4-1.
He also had the stick and mango charges to not die there.
Huh.
Might have been a conscious choice to not want to use the ult there. Or just a mistake. Maybe I'm sugarcoating here.
Certainly one of the two, I'll agree with you on that one. Bot lane, though, it's Squid and 11-17 who are man-fighting. Not quite sure why I'm actually saying this, because neither will die, but I found it interesting.
Let's see. Now, we didn't look at this happening, but KU has taken his stacks from the topside jungle. So they just respawned, but he did take, I believe, those were 2 triple stacks.
Yeah, we saw Keita was stacking these 2 camps off camera, because we didn't really watch it, but these 2 camps were being stacked the entire time.
You're not pinging it, but this one over here was as well.
Oh, that one is... Oh, 3 camps. We're seeing, though, a Smoke and an Invis rune. They find Meteor in the dire side jungle by the outpost. He runs to the left now towards his own tower, but it will not matter. He's very far away from safety. KU on Sniper grabs that kill. Good kill there for the Dire. They had a 2-man Smoke plus an Invis rune, and now it's minus the offlaner of the Radiant. Meanwhile, bot lane Primal Split is there on 11-17. Radiant have Sentry Ward there, scouting at the Sand King. He burrows away, but it might just be futile. The Panda stun from the Earth Panda actually stuns, but he's Invis once again in another Sandstorm, but he's being burned down by the Fire Panda. Can he survive? It appears to be yes.
For 5 seconds.
And now he's out of the Sandstorm. Shane has been dead. The Burst Strike is there. Carapace is the Burst Strike, and now... Oh, dear lord, Shane grabs that kill. A little bit sloppy from both teams, but Nyx Assassin grabs that kill anyways.
That was a tough situation, because it's either you stay in the Sandstorm and do your best to dodge the Brew Clap, or you leave the safety of it and kind of pray. It's just between a rock and a hard place there.
Unfortunately for 11-17, he started that engagement being gone on basically under a Radiant Tier 1 tower, so there's not much help in range. The help, though, at long last has arrived bot lane. It's a 3-man Smoke looking for Squid in the bot lane. They know he has no Primal Split, and they see him. Shackle Shot certainly will latch into the Focus Fire. Into Boundless Strike, into the Mist Coil. The damage is there. Down goes Colonel Squid. Radiant, TP in, but it's already a little bit too late. Staples cancels his TP, and Shane's life appears to be forfeit. He's being run at by 3. Shackle Shot into the right clicks, into the Power Shot, into a very dead Bug. Bugs have been stopped. Double kill to Malefic on that Monkey King, and No Teddy certainly will grab that bottom tier 1 tower, unless Radiant TP in literally everybody right the hell now.
And while they're grabbing that bottom tower, you do see Sand King also being set up mid. He's just gonna... Well, what he should be doing is setting up a Sandstorm so it doesn't die to the next wave.
He's got Keita for that, don't worry. They're both here now. They say, you know what, Radiant have 3 here. We need to defend this tower with both Sandstorm and our Abaddon. if Radiant dust him, they can easily purge. So I like this play here from Dire.
Yeah. I was going to mention that as well. So if they do dust, Abaddon is right behind him ready to get rid of it. The only way the Sand King dies is if they drop a sentry within tower range, essentially.
That's hard to do because it's a sentry in tower range.
Mm-hmm. So the bot tower does fall, and they are looking to get away from there. Trying to make movements towards mid, it looks like.
I'm actually a little bit concerned for Radiant that they're just going to lose once Dire are their items. Is that a realistic concern, or what's your thoughts on the game so far?
I think we're close to our blink timing here, and we're going to see a lot of plays there. They do have the heroes to pull this off. You have Sand King, Windrunner, Sniper, Monkey. So, one, Sniper doesn't even need to be there, just needs to cast Assassinate from who knows where.
Well, they
But the
found
Monkey King
Kato
and
with
the
the smoke
Windrunner. And
See?
that's not ideal.
That's not ideal for the
And
Radiance.
they're also choosing to not engage here, because they know he's just going to ult out.
And they wanted to get KU farming the Ancient stack, but instead they found the Abaddon, who is not a valuable kill. And now Dire will arrive. This is 3-man fighting. Keita, of course, has the ulti still, and KU is just farming the stack in front of them with the shrapnel. He just doesn't care.
Brewmaster does have his ult. And this is a fight over this Ancient stack.
Shackle is there on the
They don't want
Brewmaster.
to have it.
117 has his Blink Dagger. It's going to be a disaster for the Radiant. Impale is there onto the Abaddon. Balsamos is there. Now in comes the Primal Split. Squid wants to fight. Power Shot is used once again. Staples is being gone on Malefic. LSA is there onto Monkey King. And now the Pandas go on to KU. Laguna comes in. Down goes Keita. Down goes Staples. Meanwhile, back to KU. He's being dove under his own tier 2 tower mid lane, but he's still fine. Envy wants there. He wants this kill. Cyclone is there onto Sniper, but the problem is Radiant are now on the run. Dire have Blink on Sand King. They can pursue. They will find Squid here, it appears. Burrow into the Primal Spring. The stun is there onto the Sand King from Wraith King, but it will not matter. Now Assassinate comes through. Correction, it's cancelled. Back to the Tri-Camp. Shackle Shot is there onto the Assassinate once again, into the Assassinate, into a dead Shane. Dire very heavily win that fight, aided by the reveal of their Blink Dagger on Sand King.
The Blink Burrow Epicenter didn't actually do too much there. It was on 1/3 health Lina. But everything else was pretty good. They did a good job of kiting the Brew ult out, KU running under the tower, Windrunner running in the opposite direction. And I want to say it's a little strange that that fight went so poorly. Radiant had all this information and vision. You can see they had a ward here. You don't see it anymore, but they also had a ward here. And so they're playing with all this information, and it still goes pretty poorly.
That's a little bit concerning. I mean, they even committed split and they only found a kill on Abaddon.
Yeah, it might have just been a communication issue for us who to go on.
Now Squid in danger. He is being gone on by the Wukong's command and the Focus Fire. Down goes Colonel Squid. The tips, they come out, and KU is feeling pretty good, apparently.
It's a fantastic shackle from Mr. Kobe.
It's hard because, I mean, Squid had nowhere to run to if he just... I mean, if he ran the other direction, it's into more of Wukong's command. There's no way out of that one for the Brewmaster. It's good team play there from No Teddy. And now Radiant TP in, but Dire are diving heavily for Meator. Viperstrike is there, Malefic is there, onto Viper. Now the Impale is there, onto Monkey. LSA comes in, but it's a Burrow there, onto Viper. Viper will go down. It's a trade, though, for Malefic, it appears. He mischiefs. Is it enough? Yes, it is, actually! Envy now is being kited, but has reincarnated. Staples comes in, but cannot kill Malefic. Envy loses first life, and Dire will go for one more very soon. Chuckle comes in onto Lina. Envy man fights, stuns KU. Malefic engages. Down goes Staples. Envy is kited. Impale is onto Keita, but now Shane is being gone. Assassinate is there. Earn is there. Down goes Shane to Power Shot. Now Squid has Primal Split, but it's too late. Radiant only have 2, and they have no Reincarnate. It's once again a team fight win for the side of No Teddy.
Radiant's draft also just allows them to play more actively, because they're not waiting on ults. There's really no big ult coming from the side of Dire. They just have their spells up and they want to go use them. And each spell only has like a 10-second CD.
Valstrick is there on to 2 as well. They want a kill perhaps on the Squid, but he once again has Primal Split. In comes Epi, in comes Hero. Can they get Squid before we all these? Yes, they can! And now Envy's being kited by the Shrapnel. Malefic runs away. The problem is Envy is low. Assassinate comes in. He remains alive. Now Keita and Kobe run at Shane. Shane is shackled. Burrow is up. Will be used. Shane tries to escape. Appears to be futile. LSA stuns onto Sand King, but the Saloon winner is still hitting. Shane will go down. Now it's Envy who's stunned with the Wraithfire Blast, but it's certainly not enough. Dire lose absolutely nobody, and in the last minute or so they grab a tower and 5 kills.
And this is a bit of what I was trying to.
And they've averaged a tier 2 tower.
Oh.
Lina goes down even. Level 17 he TPs. He's going to escape. Dear Lord, it's a disaster.
And this is kind of just illustrating the point I was trying to make earlier. Dire don't have to wait. Their spells are just always up. They're just playing around the Burrow, the Boundless Strike, the Power Shots, Assassinates. These are all very low cooldown spells. But on the side of Dire, I mean, not Dire, on the side of Radiant, they can't really take engagements without this Primal Split. So Radiant is trying to play around that 3-minute cooldown.
We're at the
Brewmaster
point
goes
now
down
where it's
again.
just they could even get the split off in that fight. That's part of the concern, where it's now Viper's being run at once again by 3 heroes. Viper Strike is there in the Malefic, but Shackle comes in from Kobe into Wukong's command. Perhaps a bit overkill, but it's certainly a kill once again on Miotaur. That's now 4 deaths on Viper. He is 0-4-0, and No Teddy are in a very winning position right now. Wait, did that just happen?
What?
Oh, the Aquila just dropped. I'm not even sure how it triggered the neutral items there. Went like a shovel creep. But the neutral item was under the tier 2 tower of the Radiant temporarily, but Malefic ended up grabbing it.
I was looking at something else. That's strange.
Seeing Envy and 1117 are man fighting, Shane is on the rendezvous. So 1117 may be in danger. It's a Carapace and a Dust into the building 33rd last. The stuns were a little bit stacked though. 1117 remains very low and does not even attempt the burrow. Down goes 1117. Good play there from Envy and Shane.
It looked to me like he was trying to line it up, which he almost did right before he died there. Trying to get the 2 men before trying to get away.
And perhaps it was needed to escape as well. Says, you know what, if I don't get this 2-man burrow, I'm not going to escape, so I might as well go for the big play.
Yeah. Even then, not bad, because that's 2 heroes dedicated to top. Dire still had all the other 3 heroes farming bottom. Looking at the Wraith King's build, it's not, I guess, the best comeback build in the world. He's got Armlet and still has not finished the Radiance. It's going to take him quite a while before he catches up to the Sniper. And Sniper is upping the BKB. We'll have it in 50 gold here. And that makes their fight
so far
a lot easier. He is.
Seeing a 4-man smoke from the Radiant through the Dire side jungle, through the river before that, they see 1117 under his tier 2 tower. He now leaves it, but they want a bigger kill than Sand King. They want Kobe, or they want KU. Problem is, they're on the literal opposite side of the map, so it may just be a tier 2 for tier 2 tower trade. That's how it's shaking up right now. Yeah, both teams will hit tier 2 towers. Dire even scan, saying, you know what, Radiant might TP into this tower. They don't bother. But meanwhile, Dire are the ones who TP in, and Malefic is setting up. As is 1117, this could be huge.
Yeah.
Envy hits the towers.
They're gonna drop Wukong into a stun here.
Now Epi burrows there onto Viper. We're seeing a bounce back onto Envy. They're both being run at right now. Wukong's command is cancelled though by the side of the Radiant. Malefic is low. Malefic tries to survive. Primal Split comes in. Malefic goes down. It's only 1 death so far. Now Envy is returned. Reincarnate was popped. He runs 1117. 1117 is low. He's being shielded by Keita. Burrows into the trees. Now we're seeing Squid on the tower dive with his Brewlings. Maybe a little bit of danger after the split ends here. He's being run at by Keita and Kobe. He's isolated. Miotaur kills 1117 on the left side of the fight, but it's still Squid being run at. He TPs. Is there a cancel? No, there's not actually. Squid gets away. So overall there, it's actually pretty good for the Radiance.
You were saying that Colonel Squid was diving with his Brewlings. I'd like to correct that to Brewling. The other 2 died.
Actually, that is very correct.
It was just the Earth one. I feel like if I'm Dire here, I just focus the Earth Panda and kill him. He was down to 1 Panda there.
I figured the like the windmill was maybe over on the left side of the fight somewhere, being microed away, but now it's just dead.
Nope. They both died as they were diving. So it might have been a mistake to not just focus the Earth one down, but that fight was pretty chaotic.
At least there's one good thing for No Teddy is they what was looking to be a tower trade turned into a tower take. They grabbed the tier 2 bottom lane and did not lose their own tier 2 tower top lane, so they can now grab this this Radiant side outpost, and they can of course maintain theirs as long as they can hold these tier 2 towers. Speaking of Dire though, they're potentially running at Envy and Shane top lane. 1117 they'll have Blink on cooldown. Burrow's there on a Shane. Shane is in severe danger. He will Carapace and Vendetta. Is there detection? No, not in range. Keita felt he was not in range of the dust, did not attempt it. So Radiant simply walk away.
They must know that the Wraith King has no ult. They're keeping track of these kinds of cooldowns. You used the last fight, they wanted to try to find him.
And it's Dire saying, you know what, it's on cooldown still for 20 seconds if you're curious, audience. But it is Dire in the Roshan pit. They have checked the focus fire at Roshan. Roshan, well, let's see, they'll be dead. The Radiant are nearby. They're running towards it now, but it appears to simply be too late. Roshan goes to KU. Now we're seeing a Burrow Strike. They're on to Wraith King. Wraith King, though, has Reincarnate in 2 seconds. Can he get off in time? No, he cannot! Now, Envy dead. It's a trade for level 17, but Dire are very happy with that trade.
That just sucks for the Wraith King and the timing there. But he thought, you know, it's only 10 seconds. I'm probably gonna have it by the time I die.
Dire engaged for more. They're running at Squid, who has split and pops it. Malefic is stunned. He's being shielded, but he's being run at by the Panda. Cyclone's there onto the Abaddon. Malefic should die here. It'll be a miracle for him to survive. He will go down, so it ends up being a 2-for-1. And they may look for a third kill on Keita. Abaddon's duking into the Radiant side jungle now, trying to go very, very deep. At the very least, will make some space limit his death. Unless he just doesn't die. He's TPing and he gets away. The cancel's not there in time. Keita, 200 ping, but 200 IQ juking.
I'm gonna quote that. Alright. So, let me see. Things have calmed down here. Both teams are just on their side of the map. We're not gonna see too much action for a bit. But if we look at, I think, net worth here, Wraith King has caught up to the Sniper, only about 600 behind. And the net worth has also equalized. It used to be around a 6k lead. It's down to 3k after the last couple fights here.
How are your tacos? I'm curious.
Very good.
Very cool. We are seeing the genesis of the fight begin top lane. We're seeing both teams setting up now. Radiant have returned for their tier 2 tower siege. But the problem is Dire, well, they're there again. They have B3 through 5. Staples is setting up a death now, though. Malefic spots him. Burrowstrike and the Epicenter are there on Staples. Staples will go down. He will use himself, but it will not save his life. But Radiant, they're going to look to avenge him. LSA is there on his 11-17. 11-17 actually goes down. Staples, no, he's still dead. It's also Shane as well. Now seeing Focus Fire there on Envy. Reincarnate is popped. And they will go for second kill onto Envy as well. Envy is being run at by 4. No, he doesn't even kill Keita. Keita manually activates the borrowed time. Envy goes down. Squid was in that primal split, but he couldn't kill anything. And now, well, he's accepted his...
No, he's not.
Oh,
he was
fine.
microing the Wind Panda out.
Okay, he actually got a Panda away this time. Good play there by Squid, but it's still a disastrous fight for the Radiant. They came so close to doing anything, but alas, they did nothing and only lost 3 heroes.
What enabled that was the Monkey King. He did take the tree dance talent, so as he's in the trees there, gets to see the lean on a lot of other things in these tree lines. For a second, I thought with all the vision they had that they had a ward here, but no, it's just the Monkey King. Look at him right now. The vision this provides is insane.
Yeah, it's a lot of vision here. Say if you're Radiant TPing in, you have very limited space to TP into without them seeing you. We're basically only right over here. Like anything over here, like you want to TP maybe into these trees, TP into the back here. No, it's just being spotted by Malefic. They could easily just move to, say, the top tier 2 if they want to do the exact same thing, say, right here.
Oh, he almost cut down the tree there with the power shot.
That would have been funny.
Yeah, here we see the power of the 4 Monkey King and why they like to pick it. It's just a lot of information here. I think if you're a carry, you might go for this talent either way, right? Or no?
I think it depends, but yeah, it seems like a better talent in general.
And then we see a minute here on the Aegis, so they do want to take advantage of this. We might see a high ground go here with the last minute.
And they have a minute remaining, so not much time.
No, it looks like they're just satisfied taking their tier 2.
It
But
does
do we
mean
have
the
wards?
Radiant have pushed in these lanes. I mean, Radiant have pushed in mid lane and bottom lane significantly. They're cheaping 11-17 bottom lane, but he is completely alone. If you're a little careful, Dust, Athos are there at the Sand King. But he was a little bit too early. Shane and Squid were not ready quite yet.
Sand King will be completing an Axe soon as well, around 300 gold, making him that much more slippery, and letting him engage from 2 screens away.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. Back in the past, you saw Sand Kings choose between Blink and Ags, but Legend says, you know what? I'll get both. Gonna maximize that stun utility this game.
I like picking up both as well. Sometimes the order differs. Sometimes I go Ags first. But it just feels really good. But that's only the games that you're allowed to do so. Sometimes you just need to get a quick blink.
I mean, it's a bit over half the price of the Aghanim, so it's a lot more realistic to buy, but that is Dota 2 for you in that sense. Aegis has expired. KU now only has 1 life, but considering he has not died yet, perhaps doesn't need 2 lives.
Radiant, we do see an unused Philosopher's Stone. Pretty sure Lina had this, but has chosen to take the Quiver instead. I still think someone takes this stone, though. 80 GPM is quite a lot.
Yeah, perhaps maybe when Radiant die, they'll put it into their inventories and cycle it when they're dead, but... We're seeing Shane's being gone on, he's being slowed up by Malefic. Assassinate those reflected by the Carapace, now the Impale's there. She hits on the Malefic, and now Shackle Shot's there on the 2. Both of them are being run at by 4. Shrapnel is there, but Radiant appear to be a little bit too fast for now, but they've dusted out the Shane. Burrow Strike is there, Nyx will go down. The rest of the team on Dog Owners, though, will be a little bit more lucky. They will escape, so it's merely their 5 Nyx going down.
Not sure when this was completed, but Sniper has completed a Scotty. This is going to be good against the Wraith King, because his passive is no longer as good. It'll be doing like half the healing there. I mean, it's also just good for kiting. Radiant has all these melee heroes, and you're going to get bopped and slowed as you try to approach the Sniper.
Seeing it out mid lane though. Squid has split. He wants KU. KU BKBs. Radiant have the numbers, but KU TPs with his BKB. Keita will not be sulking. Meanwhile, it's Envy. His reincarnate is popped. Keita certainly will go down, but Envy, he's shackled. He's epicenter. There's 3 there. He's slowed. Envy goes down. Now, back to mid lane. Keita somehow is still alive, but borrow time is over. He goes down. It's a 1-for-1, but for the Dire, what a great 1-for-1.
Both teams went on the carries, but only one of them can BKB TP. Or, that's a lie. The Wraith King can BKB TP. Did this just get bot?
I had to have just got it right. There's no...
Yeah.
He had to have.
His TP's on cooldown though. Maybe he tried, but I think they can just power through with all their damage.
But the BKB is never on cooldown. We're seeing KU though, once again being dope. Primal Split is there, and the BKB still on cooldown. KU dies. Wukong's is there though. Dire will have to fight. Burrows down to Lina. Lina goes down, and Radiant are on the run. Shane is the target. Squid, his Broodlings are expiring soon though. They now go for Squid instead. They know that the Wind Panda is gone though. Can they hunt him down? That's a hard one to do. Malefic has the vision. Battle Strike up in 1. Yes, it's there! Into the Burrow Strike. Squid will go down eventually. Might take a while. He's very, very tanky. But he is completely alone in a 1v3. He will now go down. And once again, it's Dire. Despite losing their carry to open up the fight, they gain many more kills. I guess 1 more is not many more, but it's still more kills.
Back to the point before this, you're right. This is a fresh BKB. He did not get to BKB TP.
That makes sense.
And then on engaging that fight, Radiant's just taking advantage of a small timing here. Sniper BKB on cooldown, like you said. So they know they can go on him relatively a bit more easily than normal. But let me see. I think Dire's next objective here is they're going to want to take Roche before they go high ground again. So we might see them starting to move towards the top half of the map, since right now they're playing so much on the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, there's both teams have towers in the mine right now, but of course, as you mentioned, the big objective is that Roshan, which will be up in anywhere from 19 seconds to 30 minutes and 19 seconds. We're seeing Malefic is playing around this Radiant side vision. They knew Malefic was there, but they just couldn't get him in time.
Now the big question on everyone's mind, when Dire gets this Roche, who is the Shard going to?
They actually found Shane here, kind of, but it was Malefic with his own dust in his Diffusal Blade, but there was no kill on that one. Let's see here.
That's ambitious. It's so far up. This team is so far behind him. It's just trying to be annoying, I think. It's not much of a kill attempt.
I think they should probably give the Shard to KU, though. Having Concussive Grenade this game is actually a very big deal. It's super, super sick.
Yeah, I'm a fan. It's pretty good now, too, after the buffs. And both teams are on the top half of the map, as we said earlier.
That's an incredibly early Roshan spawn, my lord. It's already back.
Oh, and they're opting to find a pickoff here with the smoke first before attempting Roche. They might find the brew.
They see Squid now with that high vision on Malefic. Burrow is up, but Squid blinks away in time, so Dire have failed on their smoke so far. Radiant scan the Roche shop, so Radiant have an idea, hey Dire, they're in this area. Problem is, they're taking the Roche very fast. Focus Fire is committed. Mask of Madness is committed. Roshan is already half HP. Radiance may look to fight, but the problem is they're just going to arrive simply too late. Aegis goes to KU, as does the Shard. He will consume it. It will be the concussive grenade on the Sniper. Meanwhile, top lane, it's Shane who's being run at. Stalked by Malefic. Dust is popped. Shackle is there. Nyx tried to make some space, but he's only found space in the grave for the next 3/4 of a minute or so.
And
Viper, he's being run at as well. Malefic has his own PKB. Assassinate is there on the Viper. He's slowed by Diffusal. He's trying to escape, but he's going to very slowly be run at. Problem is, Radiant also are arriving. May be a big fight in the bottom lane area. Meator is the target. Bounce rate is there on the one, but now in comes Squid, who has Primal Split. Wukong's command is there. Malefic instantly dies. His PKB was still on cooldown. Monkey King perhaps getting a little bit too aggressive.
absolutely too aggressive. That kill attempt doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Like 3 seconds in there. And gives him a good 5 seconds of chase. I guess positive outcomes of that is, that does grab the whole team's attention. All 5 of Radiant are kind of together here. Sand King has managed to get a wave all the way to the tier 3. We'll get a small bit of damage onto the tower here.
Yeah, about 100 damage or so, but every little bit counts. It also means that Dire know, hey, Radiant are definitely not here right now. Like, they're not defending their high ground, so they have to be still 5 at the Dire side tri-camp.
Mm-hmm.
Which is still true. They still have 5 there. They're stalking. Perhaps they'll be setting up to grab some tier 2 bottom lane and tier 2 middle lane by pushing in these lanes here. But I mean, it's not like No Teddy are going to let this happen for long once Malphic's alive. They will eventually attempt to dislodge Squid and company from their own tri-camp.
I like the positioning here, just stay on the high ground. Only problem is, Dire doesn't really care. They don't really want to go in there in the first place. But we're probably going to see this tower fall.
At the rate it's going, eventually it will.
Mm-hmm. Still nobody here for the defense. And it looks like at this point there won't be anybody for the defense. Oh,
the
TPs
defense
are coming in.
is arriving. In comes 1117 and KU. Radiant are aware of the Sand King's presence, but now in comes the hits onto the Viper. Viper is force staffing away. Now Radiant must retreat to the Dire tri-camp, but Dire pursue. Malefic is the lead. Malefic is there on a 2 and 2 testing. Wukong's command comes in. Viper remains the target, but he's a little bit too tanky. But now in comes 1117. Epi, Burrow. Burrow misses though. Squid is a target, but he splits in time. Now he will run at KU, it appears, with his Brewlings. But Concussive Grenade is just so strong. 1117 beat KBs, and now Dire are on the run. Keita is cycloned, LSA misses, but the Brewling split once again brings him up into the air. Now Envy goes for Sand King, BKBs, wants the Sand King. Sand King is the target, Impale is there, Sand King burrows away in time though. And now it's Envy, who's low HP, has Reincarnate still. Borrow Time is popped, Reincarnate is popped. Malefic goes down, 1117 still is alive. Now KU's on the runs again. Radiant, Art dies, 1117 dies, but Envy dies. KU in the BKB is still alive. Meator hits, the Brewlings hit, but they cannot kill KU. 1117 buys back, burrows onto the Viper, and now Bouncing is there onto the Lina. Both of them will go down, and Radiance, they committed so hard to kill KU, and they could not even pop the Aegis.
Yeah, taking that fight might have been a mistake considering the sniper has BKB Aegis. When you run into situations like this, play that you'll see is, just splitting the map and trying your best to avoid a 5-on-5 engagement like that. Especially one where their carry is there. But other things that I think Dire did well there, you saw the brew split come off, and the way they're playing that fight, they're moving like this, they're moving away from it, just doing their best to kite it out, make sure it's not as effective as it can be. And we're also going to ignore the Burrow Epi at the beginning.
Yeah, the Epi hits. The Epi hits.
The Epi hits, yeah.
We're seeing Dire, though, with the tail end Aegis are sieging high ground bot lane. Shackle is there on a Squid, who actually has no Primal Split for 8 seconds. Glyph, though, Radiant have pressed the button. The Glyph is activated. But they're still hitting KU's Aegis for 30 seconds, and 30 is enough. Tower dead, and they focus Melirex. Burrow is there, making space for the team to siege. Dire will grab melees. Carapace will stun the Sand King. He may be the target. Radiant are TPing and split those once again cancel. 1117 BKBs and TPs. Keita is the other targets. His bar time is popped. KU BKB TPs as well. Keita, not so lucky. He's being run at by 4 heroes and will go down, but for Dire, they're fine with that. Tower, T3, losing a 5. Good trade.
Not just a tier 3, they got a melee range.
Melirex as well, my bad.
Yeah. So a 5-4 tower racks, we take those. Let me see, I'm trying to see if anyone is building into actually canceling these TPs. Doesn't seem like anyone is looking into a Bastion or has one. So that BKB TP play is going to be irrelevant, at least for the next 20 minutes here.
Eventually, Wraith King will probably grab an Abyssal Blade, but he's focusing the AC over that, so might be a little bit longer.
And Sniper is an agi hero, so he does have a ton of armor. It's kind of hard to punch through that BKB TP. So it's either stun or try to take all their health away.
Yeah, when did they add a cleave talent to Wraith King? How long's that been there for?
That's pretty recent. Whatever, I think it was in the A patch. So like 7.30A.
I saw him cleaving, I'm like, huh, why is he cleaving? He didn't buy a Battle Fury. Oh, cool. Wraith King just has a cleave talent now.
And, you know, this talent is at level 20, so you might be asking, like, why would you even take this since you're already farming pretty fast or should be done farming at this point? It's just always good. Even on CK when he had his cleave talent, you would take it this late. Because it's just good to keep your farm numbers up, even into the late game. And then that also gives him the option to sell Radiant if he would ever want to do that.
Malefic is being very annoying right now. They know he's in the area, they just can't find him. Now we're seeing Burrow there onto Meator. Meator will die. Radiant will split away and simply accept their death and push in the lanes. Problem is, Meator actually has no buyback. I don't think the No Teddy know that, though, because it's not a cooldown, it's simply a lack of gold.
And that play all just comes from the back of the...
Shane's dead as well. Similar play. Tackle shot balanced right there in mid lane on Shane. He was pushing the mid lane, and he's also dead now, so it ends up being 2 kills instead of 1.
I say that play all just comes from the back of the Monkey King, all the vision he's providing. And that BKB TP play that we mentioned, it no longer works for Radiant because this Monkey King has a Basher.
He's so farmed, actually. What the hell? He has BKB Diffusal Basher on a 4 Monkey King. I don't understand how he's so farmed.
He's also got the Penta Edge Sword. He almost has as much range as Sniper.
Is he the carry after all?
I think so.
Speaking of the actual carry, KU is teaching high ground, is hitting the Melirex top lane. The T3 is already dead. Melirex will now go down. Problem is, already only have 3 still. Neither of these heroes dead at buyback, so it will be a full set of racks in the top lane. And now there's 2 different lanes in which No Teddy have Equilibrium in. This is where the cleave talent comes in. This is where the cleave talent comes in, you know? You need to push in these lanes of megas.
Yeah, even when they get megas, the game's not over. You got all this wave clear. It's still winnable, no matter what.
I believe it. It is definitely winnable, but there's no denying that No Teddy are in the winning position right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's against No Teddy, so it's actually not winnable. These guys are too good.
Speaking of things that are important, though, it's Roshan respawning in 30 seconds. Once again, a relatively early respawn window, which has been very good for No Teddy, who have, for the majority of the game, maintained control around the Roshan pit area. Radiant, though, they're not going to sit around and let their game end. They have smoked as 5. Dire, though, are in a good spot at their own high ground to break the smoke when they come. Lena's already been broken by Malefic. And they may walk into this, but that's a rough spot to play in. 11-17 has Epi, has Burrow. They will want to go. Shackle's there on a Shane. Shane is destroyed. Envy is almost one-shot by KU. Reincarnate is popped. This could be a disaster. He'll BKB. He'll man-fight, but he loses that one easily. Laguna's there at 11-17. 11-17 BKBs. He may go down, but Shackle's there on the Staples. From long range, down goes Staples. 11-17 remains alive. Staples actually uses himself, but it only delays the inevitable. It's 3 more kills. Fortiside and no Teddy. All 3 actually for once have buyback though, so it's not dead quite yet, but Dire, we mentioned it earlier, Roshan Pit. It's a 3rd Roshan now, Aegis, Cheese, Aghanim's blessing Roshan. Well, it's pretty free.
I was gonna say, something that enabled that fight, it's just, Dire is running up this hill with no vision. Bit of a mistake there. And, or not Dire, Raiden is running up the hill with no vision. And Dire smartly decides to just camp on the high ground. Malefic did break the smoke, so they knew something was coming. So they decided to take the safe play, you know, just play from where you're going to be able to break them, see them before they see you.
Well, it's now Dire looking to finish the job, grab the 3rd set of barracks. Squid will preemptively pop one of his primal splits to delay the inevitable. Sand King is stunned, and now 2 of the Brewlings are dead. He's the Earth one still. So now it's split number 2, just to buy time for Envy and Staples to respawn. Squid is running once again, 11-17. The Burrow... Sorry, the Burrowed... Not Burrows. The Impale is there. Squid will lose one of those Brewlings, but actually has no more primal splits for the next fights. Oh, he does. He's 2 more charges, never mind, he's fine. He's 2 more splits. Receiving Rubber Strike there onto KU, and now Battle Strike comes in. Squid has refreshed, he has split. Burrow is there, but it's not in time. Dire hit the Brewlings, 1 is dead, now so hit Meator. Meator and Viper goes down, it has buyback. They're running at Envy, who has Reincarnate. It's now popped. We see a stun on Staples as well. Those Brewlings are still hitting KU, he still has Aegis. Envy is being run at, has BKB. Focus Fire and the Cypress are there. Envy is now dead. There's an LSA and a Laguna Blade there on the Malefic. He is alive. Staples, meanwhile, not so alive. She's popped by Monkey King. He's being run at by Meator. And actually, Shane manages to kill Windrunner on top of Envy. Huge kill there on the right side of the fight. Back to the mid lane. Malefic is being run at. He goes down. Now it's Keita being run at. He's stunned by Envy. Has no borrowed time. He's now dead. It's actually 3 deaths there on the side of the Dire. All 3 actually have no buyback. Radiant committed 3 buybacks, 1 on the Viper, 1 on the Wraith King, and 1 on the Lina to defend high ground. But Dire actually used some buybacks earlier. The ones of Malefic and 11-17. This could be a big play mid lane for Radiance.
You need to remind me, when were those buybacks used on Dire? Was that at this fight?
Okay, they were used a long time ago, actually. This is lack of gold. It was a long time ago. Oh, the Philosopher's Stone, though. For Malefic, he picked it up when he died, and now he's the gold to respawn. That's a huge play. But still, Radiance will attempt to at least force some big buybacks. Colonel Squid is high ground. KU hits.
It still has Aegis for 2 minutes. I don't know if I want to try to solo defend here.
If there's one hero who can do it from long range, it is this sniper. He is stunned by Carapace, but Squid has to dive very far for that kill. KU easily gets away as well with the flicker.
He does have flicker.
Actually, it's a glyph from the Dire. Squid is running. KU now split is there. Trying to buy some space, but KU's invis gets away. Back to the racks. They really go down mid lane. It's 1 set of barracks for the side of the Radiance. Very much needed. So now every lane for one team is off barracks, but Radiant have equilibrium in at least the mid lane. And they will retreat. They have cleanly retreated from the Dire side of high ground, taking set of racks.
Now let's see. So we know that Radiant has no buyback on 3 heroes. We might just see them go again. How much time do we have on the Aegis? Only a minute, so that is something to consider. They don't have this for the next fight.
Yeah, that appears to be the play.
Yeah, the boring play would be to wait for another Roche.
Oh no, there's no way to do that. Please, for the love of God, don't do that.
It's the safer play, but it is boring.
Seeing the 4-man smoke instead. They are running at Shane. Burrow Strike is there onto the Nyx. In comes the Windrunner Sharp plus the Windrunner Shackle. She'll focus fire into the Carapace, but well, Shane's not going anywhere. He uses up Kobe, dies anyways. and he has no buyback.
Nope.
He's dead for 80. And Dire are here to finish what they started 4 minutes ago. It is the middle set of barracks. Aegis, it's 40 seconds of duration. Radiant forced in sniper, but he flickers away in time. And now in comes Epi, in comes Burrow. They're onto the Brewmaster. Brewmaster is low. Brewmaster goes down. He has no buyback. They run at Envy. Reincarnate is up. Radiant are running out of defenders. They bash on the Viper. Wukong's command is there. Envy is low. Staples is low. Meator is low. They kill 11-17, but Radiant are running out of defenders. It's Envy, a dieback. 11-17 buys back. Meator being run at. Meator dives back. And Staples, the lone defender, has no buyback. He's being hit. He's being dove. They want this kill. It'll be a Yules, delaying it, but no. It's a full 5-man wipe, and a GG call, and no Teddy have taken. Game number 1.
I was gonna say, we didn't see who the Ags went to when they took the last Roche.
Abaddon.
Yeah, it went to Abaddon. I just saw that right now. That's a very powerful one. You don't actually take any damage when that thing's on.
It's a 9-second duration as well, which is just so long.
Now, kind of breaking down, how that game went. So, let's take a look at the graphs. No Teddy always had, or heck, Teddy had an advantage the entire way through. But, Radiant is down 2 players. They are playing with 2 stand-ins. That does change the group dynamic. In addition to that, there's also, it's not draft issues, but the Dire draft here just hits an earlier timing. And they're allowed to play more actively since they're not waiting on any really big cooldowns. On the side of dog owners, you saw that when they were being active, it was around the Brewmaster split. And aside from that, it's kind of hard to play your game. Any other thoughts here?
I mean, that's what it seems like it happens. Just Radiant were slaves at their cooldowns, and Dire just didn't stop.
No breaks on this train.
I can't think of a single point in the game where Dire were on the back foot, other than when they had the deaths at the Radiant side high grounds. They also said Iraq's middle, but it just didn't matter.
The deaths at the Radiant side high ground, we saw some good plays coming out of Radiant there. No hesitation on the buybacks. So just 3 buybacks right off the back.
Oh, join the broadcasting channel, by the way.
Wait, did I accidentally join a team?
No, you've joined the wrong broadcast channel.
I'm the one-man casting duo.
I'm just waiting for him to select Radiant, because they're going to pick Radiant, of course. Who doesn't pick Radiance?
But, what is this team's name again? I just see the Radiant.
Dog Owners.
Dog Owners. If Dog Owners loses this game, there's no worries. What I've been told is Aaron is missing because he's out camping for a GPU. So the next game he'll be playing with like plus 100 FPS. Impossible to lose.
That seems pretty useful, actually.
Also because the GPU market is crazy right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy for years, and it's just getting crazier, because...
it just gets worse.
You throw in a lack of supply with a global pandemic, with a trade war, with a literal cryptocurrency boom, and lo and behold, we have no GPUs for anybody else.
The worst PC market ever.
It's probably worse than this back in like the 90s, but the worst in a long time, yeah.
I kept telling myself I'll buy my computer parts because I'm looking to upgrade. I'll buy my computer parts when it's looking good. It just keeps getting worse.
I was gonna say you're going to literally be a skeleton before that happens at this point.
I should have just bit the bullet like a year ago.
Yeah, probably the. That's what I ended up doing. I did about a year ago. I was like, you know what? I have money. I have disposable income for once in my life. I'll buy a computer.
Oh well.
Looks like we have Potato returning. So it will be only one stand-in, being the Colonel Squid player for the mid lane. Looks like Envy will be gone.
I thought Potato was a mid laner.
Yeah, she is. But for this team, it's been him running carry. Because they have Aaron, who's also a mid laner.
Oh, that's right. Potato was the mid laner last season. We did play up against the Meepo. That's just a stressful game. So we will be seeing Potato carry. Colonel Squid stays at the mid lane.
They had to at Badger as if this is not literally my job. Come on now. But it's I'm excited for game 2. Obviously, the draft dynamic will change with Potato being back. I would expect a Meepo ban at the very least. I would put some significant money on the Meepo ban. What are you trying to accomplish right now?
You trying to stand in?
Trying to kick Mr. Kobe Allen from the.
Wait, I'm not talking to Dyer.
I didn't know Shane's name was Allen. Oh my lord.
What are you waiting on? Just wait, Squid left. Is he coming back or?
Yeah, his Dota crashed, so apparently he's coming back at some point.
Oh, I see that. I just saw it.
And then I'm sure Keita will take a slot at some point, eventually.
All right, we can fill the dead air talking about Pro Dota or something else. Take your pick.
I mean, Pro Dota is always interesting because TI's coming and TI is very exciting.
Did you see the OG news?
Yeah, Seb's out.
That's crazy. Well, he's not out. I mean, probably out, but they said that if his doctor clears him, he might still play. But I think that's unlikely.
You have to go into an eye surgery, which is not good. We're seeing the COVID stuff as well. I mean, Aster caught COVID, and one of the IG players caught COVID. It's potentially bad there.
The COVID's a little worse than I thought. I thought they'd be a bit more careful. And, hopefully they do have their vaccines.
Hopefully, but it's apparently Romania is a hotspot right now, which is not ideal if you're hosting a tournament in Romania.
I feel like the whole thing might just end up getting canceled a week from now.
Oh, please no! Don't say that. Don't wish that. Don't. Do not test fate. Do not test fate, Teddy.
Dude, I don't know. I just think if we keep seeing the COVID trend as it's been happening in the last week, the whole event might just be scuffed.
I would be
called down.
I would be so upset.
The TI will now be decided by just picking a name out of a hat. And that name will be OG. The 3-peat comes no matter what.
That's the way for the boys in Quincy Crew to win.
The name drawn out of a hat.
I am rooting for Quincy Crew, and that might be their best chance of victory, actually.
I believe in Quinn and Leslau. These are two pretty cool players. I think they'll place high. I don't think they're gonna bum out here.
I think they'll make top 8, but the problem is there's a difference between, say, getting 7th place or 5th place and getting a win.
Yeah. Now I predict top 5 here.
I like the odds for Quincy Crew and EG to both make like top 5, but
this is the Americas year. Top 5 will be only North and South America.
That's a little more ambitious. That would be EG, Quincy Crew, Undying, Beast Coast, Thunder Predator, and oh god, who's the last team?
Noping?
No, Noping didn't make TI somehow. They're really good. They didn't make TI.
Oh.
I'm looking at the graphic trying to find the right team now. SG. So that would be a very ambitious top 6, considering it'd be no LGD in none of the Chinese teams and none of the SEA teams. And if I had to guess a region to win TI, I would probably guess China. If you gave me odds right now, maybe not the COVID stuff, but before the COVID stuff, that wasn't in the all chat. I'm gonna ignore that. If you gave me odds, say if you gave me 50-50 odds, who will win TI, a Chinese team or a non-Chinese team, I would put money on the Chinese team.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't know. A year ago, Secret was dominating everyone. From the Jeopardy, they have 8 wins in a row, or they had 8 tournament wins in a row. No losses, and I think Jorik said it was like 81 games before a loss.
It's not just LGD. Like the other Chinese teams look pretty good. Like if it was just LGD, then they could always fail. But I mean, IGs looked pretty good, and Asters looked pretty good, and Elephants looked pretty good. And what the hell is in the all chat?
What all chat? I don't see anything.
You are not.
Oh,
You are not missing out right now.
guys. Hold on.
What happened?
I need to send some messages. I'm just telling my mid laner he's dumb.
Yeah, you can tell their support player too that he's dumb too. This is just some awful, awful stuff. This is the lowest of low degenerate content I'm seeing right now, and I am not proud of it.
I'm just gonna close that off. Let's talk about some Dota. So bans, they didn't like how the Monkey King was handling them last game, so they've opted to ban it. So the power of Malefic. Give him a hero, he makes it bannable. Remember DP?
I do remember
Little
DP.
situation there.
There was a time when there was like literally only like 3 players in the league playing DP, but those 3 teams were the top 3 teams in the league. It was a good time.
But also, it was 4 DP and mid DP, so part of that versatility is what led to a lot of teams banning it there. Then on the side of Radiant, they ban Undying and Venge. Venge again, clear cut, 65% win rate, get rid of it. Undying though, I haven't been paying too much attention here on this hero. Have you seen it in the last couple Lads games or any of them?
We've seen it a couple times in Lads. We're seeing it being picked a lot as a 3 is what we've been seeing it as recently, but I'm not convinced of the power of Undying yet, to be honest.
Team ban.
I am going to be right back. I'm gonna have some water. I'll see you soon, Teddy.
Go ahead. Now it's time for me to leave and leave you guys with a silent cast. This is where chat casts the game instead. But if you want some commentary, let's talk a bit. So Tiny Sand King being picked up here. The Tiny, I think it's pretty versatile. Can play 1, can play mid, can also play potentially 4, but I think 4 is probably not where you want to put this hero. It's a little greedy. And this also just might be their 1, picking it right off the bat. Side of Dire, we do see Techies being banned out again. Radiant, no Teddy here. Have 1 game of Techies, 1 incredible video of that game of Techies, and now it's being banned. The Lundruin ban, I don't see this hero being picked, but if they've done their research, someone on Dog Owners must be a fiend at this hero to warrant the ban. And I'm guessing that player's Potato here, I know the Meatbo is his. So these bans are probably targeted at Potato. Don't give him LD, don't give him Meatbo. You don't want to get cheesed here. Dog Owners, we did see Clock and Venom being picked up here. Venomancer, don't see too much of this hero anymore, but I think this might be being played in the off lane here. We have done the math though. We've seen that math where the Venom with Ags does somewhere around 200% of your health as damage total. I know, of course, 200% not all at once, it's DOT, but that's a lot of damage that this hero pumps out. You just need to be able to hit the Ags though. Of course, it is countered just by picking up a BKB. Dog Owners continue to target their bans a little bit geared towards KU, I want to say. Techie's out, Void Spirit out, Gyro out. And if Radiant continues that pattern they've been doing, I might see another Potato hero being banned out here. As far as lanes go, if it hasn't been mentioned, Sand King most likely again just going back into the off lane. This team really loves their Sand King. 2 seasons in a row, it's just being picked in that first phase. But I mean, that's 2 seasons and 2 patches that this hero has just been really, really good. We see Juggernaut being banned out. Again, the reason for this Jug ban is it's a very tough Sand King lane to go into. So while not your most important hero, you don't want to give Jug a free lane. They're taking their time with their ban here. What are they looking to ban? Oh, they banned out Rubik. A little strange. I don't believe No Teddy runs Rubik. Oh, and now it all makes sense. So the reason we banned Rubik is because we plan on picking a Magnus. Even if Rubik is not that great of a hero, even if you don't like playing it, it's always solid against this Magnus. RP is a pretty easy steal. In fact, there was actually one game where we picked Magnus and we're like, they're gonna Rubik if we do this. Are we fine with that? And they're like, there's no way they're gonna Rubik. So we take the Magnus, they instantly take Rubik. Later in the game, I mean, you still win, but there was a time where we RP'd, the Rubik instantly took it and then counter RP'd. We're like, isn't this what we talked about when we said to ban out the Rubik? So it's kind of fun there. So summarizing that, the Rubik is banned not because any player plays it a bunch on No Teddy, but they just don't want to give the option of giving up this RP. It's very powerful. As for where this Magnus is going, we used to see this hero being run in the 1 position, but this is most likely going to be their mid. I don't think we see Mag off too much. No Teddy, kind of mirroring their draft from last game. Got a Sand King and an Abaddon. Abaddon is still Keita's hero, and we see Leshrac. Another one of their favorite heroes. They do like... I'm trying to find my words here. They do like these heroes that have like this tower pushing timing. DP, Leshrac. Kind of serve similar roles here. I think Lesh might be a little bit better this patch. But we are going to be seeing... They're going to make these timed pushes. Lesh hits a certain level. We hit a certain time on the map where there's a catapult. And we run out of tower. Dog owners, we have Phoenix. So they have some pretty good teamfight combo here. Cogs to keep people away from the egg. RP, so you can throw RP and then throw an egg on top of that.
I like the Shane Phoenix if he's playing Phoenix this game. There's actually a somewhat famous lads clip of the caster saying he had a bad egg. It was actually a super good egg.
How so? It was like a 5-man stun, or
it was like it was him against like 4 heroes or something, and then they just didn't kill it. He killed 2 of them.
I think I vaguely remember that.
It was like a 6-man group commentary, and he said it was a bad egg, but no, it was actually a good egg. And that's he will forever be the man who had a bad egg, the best bad egg of all time.
Now it might be confusing. In the clip, did they like start running away and then come back to the egg and then not kill it? Is that how that went?
I think they're just running up to him. I don't think he had many teammates there, but just didn't kill the egg.
Alright. Invoker being banned out. Is Colonel Squid an Invoker Fiend?
A little bit. Not really, but a little bit.
And then they also banned out Terror Blade. Just again, making sure KU doesn't get that hero there. I think KU might be playing the Tiny, though. If they decide it's still a good Tiny game. Or you know what, scratch that. Everything can be thrown out the window. This might always end up being a Tiny mid. Because I know Malefic here does like Lesh.
It's always a good Tiny carry game. It's always a good Tiny carry game.
If this is a Tiny carry, Dire has wasted quite a lot of bans here on carries.
10 seconds remaining.
You know what's fun, Teddy?
What?
I'm eating some Cheetos right now. I'm sure a mini bag of Cheetos is a substitute for dinner, right?
Oh no, it's not a substitute for dinner. You should just order some McDonald's. That's our promotion, right? I'm loving it. I was not paid to say that.
I'm gonna probably get some actual food after this cast, but for now, it's simply my...
Yeah, you should.
How many calories is this? Yeah, my 160 calorie bag of Cheetos, so hopefully that'll last for the next hour and a half or so.
Alright. Let's go on a tangent, hero. Let's go on a tangent here. Puffy Cheetos or crunchy Cheetos?
Depends what mood I'm in. Currently it's crunchy, but I think both of them are viable options.
Disagree. Crunchy all the way. Back to the game. Sniper being last banned out here. We did see that it was pretty powerful in the last game, so they don't want to deal with it again. Legion. Let's see. This is the 1117's hero here. I was told that that 1117 is a good side grade to me because they feel comfortable last picking his hero. But I'm just saying that I could have been last pick too. I would have carried.
Sure. Yeah, honestly, Teddy, I for one, I'm still in the Teddy fan club. Unlike 1117, you are a lads champion, so until they win this season, you can't say that.
He will be.
You believe in your boys.
It's gonna be a two-peat here.
Yeah, they're contenders. I believe they're contenders, but I think the odds on winning lads are maybe like 10%, 15%.
Oh yeah, there's some really good teams this season.
Yeah.
This Frostfire Simp team, it's the exact same Nebula, right? Or did they swap out players?
Exact same Nebula. They just swapped
exact
names.
Same Nebula. But these players are really good, so I assume they'll be top 4, top 3.
They'll get third place again. They'll get number 1 seed, go to winners finals, and then blow it again.
Who knows? And then from Group A, big fan of like Pizza Dog and co. That team looks pretty good. All right, last pick, Colonel Squid on the Timbersaw. It's gonna be Potato Carry Magnus by the looks of it.
Yeah, that is a hero we've seen a lot earlier in the patch, a little bit less so nowadays, but it's still quite potent. Honestly, Magnus one of the better timing window oriented heroes. Wait, it's KU Legion.
Oh, wait a minute.
I
was wrong. I forgot there was a Sand King there. That is already 1117's hero. KU Legion.
Apparently, Twitch chat is very conflicted on the Cheetos thing. You were on Crunchy. You have one person in Twitch chat agreeing. You have 2 people in Twitch chat say it's puffy, no question. So you know what? It's a contentious topic. Choice of Cheetos.
Chat is wrong. Mod me. I'll ban the crunch. I mean, not the Crunchy. I'll ban the puffy voters.
I'm neutral. I'm good with both. I've eaten both. I like both. I'm a neutral party here. I'm not banning anybody. But looking at the 2 drafts here, I'm a fan of this Radiant side draft. And no, Teddy, what's your thoughts on the 2 drafts here?
I think the Carry Legion is very interesting. I thought it was gonna be Tiny, and then I thought it was Legion off lane, but it's Carry Legion. Well, we want to think about like ease of execution here. So if we look at Dire side, they are again kind of dependent on those cooldowns, the RP and the egg, but it's a bit of an easier combo to pull off. You know, just RP and throw the egg on top. And Radiant side, again, not so dependent on all those cooldowns. Pretty much all their spells will be up all the time. The only really long cooldown they have is the duel here.
And duel's not a very long cooldown either.
Yeah, it's only 50 seconds.
So similar to last game, where once again, No Teddy were much less dependent on cooldowns compared to this Dog Owners team, which is very dependent on cooldowns. If you are just joining us, though, welcome to game number 2 of No Teddy, the defending lads champions on the Radiant, who won game 1, looking to turn it into a 2-0. Meanwhile, we have Dog Owners on the Dire, who are looking to turn it into a 1-1. Obviously, we're getting closer to playoffs. Playoff seeding is very important, and for Dog Owners, they think they still make the playoffs. We're seeing, meanwhile, Staples is being run at by KU, but KU has 25 less move speed, so he should not be catching the clockwork anytime soon.
So here's a couple interesting things we can already see right off the bat. KU has a point booster queued up. I think we might be seeing an Ags rush coming from this Legion.
I mean, why not? Sounds fun.
I mean, I just don't know what to expect. It is a Carry Legion after all.
We're seeing people are running at each other. We're seeing Staples maybe a target. He actually is slow with the Overvenom of Keita, but with the help of Colonel Squid, there will be no kill. Speaking of Colonel Squid, is he going okay? So it's Colonel Squid going off lane, Potato going mid lane, and Meator going safe lane. I did not expect that, but it is, I guess, expect the unexpected.
I still think this Magnus is going to have the 1 in terms of farm priority.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Just
although he is mid.
Lane.
Yeah, he's still mid, but he's playing the 1 role.
In bot lane, it's a toss there on the Shane. Shane has no dive, actually. He's Gold Spirits. 3 are running at him. He's slowed. He will go down here. First blood will go to Keita on the Abaddon. The Aphatic Shield broke. That is the first blood right there. And we saw Malefic punished the lack of dive there on Phoenix. Phoenixes almost always go level 1 spirits. And in comes Malefic for the tri-lane to punish that man. Not TP top lane. Speaking of top lane, it is 11-17 being run at by Staples and Meator. Toss, though, is there, bringing the clock back away from the Sand King, allowing him to salve up nice and peacefully. Yeah, all is well in that sense. Sandstorm is there. Staples has sentries, though, so if they want to kill him sometime, they can. And they have pre-sentry to scout this good old area here.
Looking around, I'm a fan of the safe lane clock. I feel like it's better to play from up here. You just have so much more room to run at them. Or when you're on this hero as a 4, it's not that much room. They can just retreat into their tower.
Well, they want
a little bit harder
once
here.
again. Gale hits, Battery Assault is there, Malefic tosses the clock away, but Staples simply does not care. He once again wants this Sand King. He has Bloodlust. His Battery Assault is over, though, but he's just man fighting. He does not care about regen. He is a Clockwork and he wants to fight.
Looking to use the spells here and possibly die to
And they have the
reset.
Sentry and the Cogs here. Avalanche tosses there into Meator, but Meator remains alive. Now 11-17 is dead on the Sand King, and Staples is just too fast. He will not go down. He'll even harass Malefic a little bit. Good play there by Staples and the Clockwork.
Might have been a mistake throwing your Avatos onto the Veno there. Clockwork was inside the Sandstorm. That could have been a kill. Now let's look at some last hits here.
It's
Last hits we
pretty low everywhere. It's pretty low across the board.
Mag has a slight advantage mid here. Does have 6 denies on the Lesh. More last hits as well. I mean, I guess that's to be expected, especially when you have 2 points in power. You have 30 damage over the Lesh.
Even
40
then, the Wesh
actually.
still has 5 denies as well. Like, both these mid laners seem to be very focused on denying.
Mm-hmm.
This is denies everywhere. Not quite sure what Kate is up to. He needs to be a little bit careful. He's low on HP, but so is Shane now. Press the attack is there on to Kate, still running at Shane. The silence is there. Down goes Shane, going to KU for the kill, so... Phoenix...
While that kill is happening,
Level 1
you
still.
also saw... you also saw that the Timbersaw stopped hitting the Abaddon there. He didn't want to pop the shield. He knows his buddy Phoenix would have died if he did that. You still get it anyway, so Legion is a very fast hero. 330 base move speed, no boots required.
That is insane, actually. Is that... It's gotta be among the highest in the game. Maybe, like, I think Luna and Coddle and
It
Enchantress
is.
are higher?
Mm-hmm. I want to say it's fairly recent. Legion didn't used to be so speedy, but 330 definitely feels very nice in this hero. And I think this is going to enable KO to skip Blink along with the new level 10 talent, 200 dual range.
That's actually kind of hilarious.
Yeah, if you didn't know, and it does feel really nice. It does feel like it changes how you play the hero. Blink doesn't feel as required anymore. I mean, you still want it, but don't quite need it. Especially if you get your Aether Lens and cast it from across the map.
Now, opting for no Blink to buy an Aether Lens on a carry Legion commander, that would be quite
Yeah,
ambitious.
You get a duel from a screen away.
I mean, we mentioned duels of cooldown. Suppose if you build the Aether Lens into an Octarine core.
I like what you're thinking, and I'm sure KU is thinking the same thing.
Meanwhile, it's Sand King who's caught in the Cogs top lane, goes down, and now Meator dies as well, so ends up being a 1-for-1. The Avalanche tosses enough damage. Now Malefic is just farming, but he needs to be a little bit careful. Staples is winning that trade so far. Meanwhile, in the Radiant jungle, they're running Curl Squid. The silence is there quite soon, but he has to chain away in time. Back to top lane. Malefic still runs. His low HP Battle Assault is there from the Clockwork. Clockwork has damage if you can get the RNG there on the Tiny, but Tiny is still on the run, is still trying to juke and jive and be alive, but no, he's dead. Back to bottom lane again. Keita runs the Squid once again, chains away. Top lane again. Nah, never mind, he's probably fine. But he's being run up by Staples. Staples does not care. He burrows there from 11-17 onto the Clockwork, but now he has no Sandstorm. He might just die here. Meator and Staples are on the aggression. Rocket Flare is there, and the kill once again goes to Staples. Double kill there on the clock. He's 4-0.
Yeah, this Clockwork is doing so much work. Big fan of this pick here. But one thing, so in case you were confused as to like why Tiny's just sticking there, it's because he knows if he leaves that creep wave, he's just gonna be run down by the battery assault, and he has no mana to get the toss away. his only sources of mana there are Clarities, but those would be cancelled. So his options there are like hug the creep wave, wait till Clockwork uses the assault, and then try escaping. Because at least that maybe has like a 10% chance of working. The other option is guaranteed
Next
failure.
to 0, yeah, next to 0. And once again, much like last game, neither team cared about water runes, but now minute 6 pops, river rune spawn ends. Shane is scouting, grabs and secures a haste rune for his mid lane Magnus.
See this Clockwork owning the game, stealing the bounty rune.
He grabs,
From
she steals
Radiant
2 bounty runes. That's massive. That's actually
Clockwork
massive.
is doing so much for them. He's the MVP of the game, and we'll remember that once this is over.
I'm sure we will. In 55 minutes time, we'll say, yeah, it was definitely Clockwork who did this. Actually, if he has the hook shots later on, then maybe we'll remember this, but...
He's the MVP of the early game. This is probably the most effective, I guess, player I've seen so far.
Without a doubt. And he's now bothering Malefic. Toss is there, but it's not on the actual clock. Burrow will be there, though. Now Staples needs to run. He is not invincible. Avalanche will do some damage. He's low, but so is Malefic. And the Rocket Flare! No, the neutrals! And now Staples goes down 11-17. Got that last hit from long range. Down goes Clockwork. And our protagonist now is dead.
He's blocked the camps. Holy shit, this clock is so good, dude.
He's owning. I do want to note, though, that in the bottom lane, both our cores, the Timbersaw and the Legion Commander, both have 6 now. Big pickups for both heroes, obviously. Could be a duel in the near future if KU wants to go for a bit of a play onto Colonel Squid, but Squid's also a Timbersaw with 4 points in reactive armor, so it's nigh impossible to kill him with basically any source of damage, other than just like bringing in Leshrac and Sand King.
I was gonna say, they do have tools to get these duels off in Sand King and Lesh, but they have to be there. And
Like
actually,
they've
we
done,
might see
they
this here.
brought in Leshrac. They're being smart about this. Squid has Chakram slowing onto KU and Kobe, but now in comes the Lesh, in comes the Pulse Nova. Duel will not be won, but Squid made us go down. He chains away, but it's still into damage of the Leshrac. Leshrac grabs that kill. Kobe, big rotation, big kill.
Yep. No duel win, but I don't think they expected it. They just wanted to use it to lock the Timber in place for a free kill.
Still took them a good amount of time to do it, but as far as Timbersaw goes, that's about as free as you're going to get. What's going on with Staples? He is once again being aggressive, but he may get punished this time. Malefic is there with the Avalanche and the toss, as is Kobe with the Edict. Cogs will be there, but it's an Avalanche toss into the Leshrac. Leshrac has far too much damage. The 3 toss from long range attempts to steal the kill of Kobe, but Kobe grabs the Leshrac instead. To Staples, now 2 deaths.
He's trying to secure.
Secure. We'll go with that one, sure. Actually, I know your guys' comms. I was definitely an attempt to steal it.
It was. KU has decided, I no longer want Ags. He switched his quick buy into a Maelstrom.
As you know what, I don't want cool items, I'll buy carry items instead.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
I like the Maelstrom. Magic damage to punch through Timber, as well as pretty good farming tool for a hero who has, I want to say, very good attack speed.
Well,
to
17 and
dive
17 is TP'd in bottom lane. Epi and Burrow are there, as is Duel. Duel will be attempted. The damage for the Duel win might be lacking.
Not
Squid
enough.
certainly will go down eventually. He's still silenced by the Abaddon. Staples, though, out of rotation. No, he's still alive on the Timbersaw. Now Staples has Cogs. And actually, he's still alive on the Timbersaw. Now Staples' battery assault is hitting 11-17. 11-17 is low. KU looks to engage. But Dire are doing so much damage. 11-17 is low. Kobe rotates in. Has Lightning Storm. Has Splitter. Splitter misses. Squid dead. RP's there on 4. It's fantastic. Is there damage? Shockwave. No, there's not. Down goes Magnus. And now Staples is on the run. Overwhelming odds is there. Radiant, though, have so many heroes. And they're actually faster than the Clockwork as well. He'll attempt the run, but they know where he is. He has no TP. He will go down. The RP, it was so brilliant, but the result was so catastrophic.
I think, oh, but Phoenix is also only level 5. They did need +1 hero there. Felt like it was a 2-man show. But also, the reason Timber was able to get away from there, like away from the duel, he does have infused raindrops, and I think that saved him there. Otherwise, we would see some damage on KU.
Meanwhile, Sand King is being run out by Squid again. Squid has Timber Chain, may attempt this long dive, and he will attempt it, but KU is here. 11-17 is alive. One more spell will kill him, but he jukes away up and to the left, and Squid goes down and to the right. Speaking of Squid, he's being run at by KU. Potato comes in, has shotgun, but it misses. Back to the T1 tower dive. Squid is just diving tower with impunity. He has the wave with him. KU's being run at, but KU is also very tanky. Chain comes through, damaging KU, but he runs at Potato instead, perhaps wanting to kill a creep layer to allow the siege unit to die. Malefic comes in, but so does Staples. KU is the target. Battery Assault is there.
TP's on Lesh and Sand King.
They both now, everybody now joins for Radiance. Keita is there, Duel's there, onto the Phoenix. In comes Leshak, who TP'd in. Down goes Phoenix. The duel win is there. Now in comes 11-17 as well. Shane buys back, has Supernova, but Squid is burrowed, is dead, and Radiance win the fight again. Staples is very deep, very under that tower. He may attempt to survive, but he's tossed away into Kobe, who is joined by his other two core teammates. Burrow secures that kill, and it's just more kills.
I'm gonna flame the Phoenix there. I think the fight was actually looking very good for Dire if Phoenix is not in the front line and gets dueled and does not get an egg off.
Actually, I agree with your assessment, but I think it's almost the opposite, where it's I think it's just KU doing good target prioritization, saying, you know what, I'm just going to run through other heroes to find this Phoenix, who's kind of in the middle of the fight there. It's like, alright, run all the way past, find Phoenix, focus him down, and just kill him.
I don't know. Again, Phoenix is just playing way too close. It does have Dive and Spirits. Can be playing from pretty far out.
That's true, yeah, that's true.
So I think, again, that was Dire's fight there. If Phoenix gets any of the spells off.
11-17 is in severe danger. He's being run out by Colonel Squid, who is Chakram in 5. Hookshot misses from Staples, but now Potatoes on the rotation. Shockwave hits, 11-17 goes down, and now move to Malefic. It's a 4v1. Tiny should go down. Question is not if, but when. Chakram comes through. Colonel Squid grabs that kill. It's a double kill for the Timbersaw. And now Dire returned to sieging the bottom T1 tower. It will be dead, but you know what? It lived a good life, and it was very useful for the Radiance.
Radiant's bottom Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Then Radiant, despite the Leshrac, haven't taken a tower yet. But it is pretty hard to run at this Dire team.
It's I mean, it's Timbersaw, Magnus, Venomancer, Dear Lord.
That high ground is not gonna happen. We're in for a pretty good 60-minute game here.
Fun. I like casting. I don't know why I'm saying it's so deadpan. I actually do enjoy casting, so I'm excited for a long game. Get a lot of time to say some words.
Yeah. Let's make a quick basketball comparison here. My favorite basketball games that I've seen, let's focus on the smoke gank. Let's go here.
Nah, they're gonna miss it. Leshak is juking to the left. You go for your analogy.
All right, sure.
If something happens, I'll cut you off. Don't worry.
So, I was in my university's band, so I went to pretty much every basketball game. The most exciting ones are the ones that go into overtime or like double overtime. They just have the most energy. The same is true for like Dota games. You hit that 60-minute mark, 70-minute mark, everything goes out the window.
Yeah. Well, it is go time. KU has a duel, but he's RP by Potato. Now the skewer is far away for KU. Supernova comes in. Radiant, focus it. They will kill it, but can Dire avenge Shane? Staples is tossed away from the Tiny. In the rest of the team. Squid is low. Squid is dueled. Squid is dead. They turn to Staples. Staples tries to look away, but it's right into the Tiny. It's 3 more kills for no Teddy. And Dire, for the first time in this game, arrived with 5. But now it's just no kills for them. It's bad. Okay to Venomancer, but it's still good for Dire. Sorry, still good for Radiance.
I liked what the Magnus did there. Abaddon was positioned here, so ERPs the Legion here, and then immediately starts skewering him away. Just get him away from the Abaddon, don't let Abaddon purge him there. Now, as far as Phoenix is concerned, that's the first egg of the game. Chooses to egg right here. There's already heroes coming down. Not the best positioning for the egg. If it were up here, probably would have been a one fight for Dire. Or at least not as disastrous. Veno did also use the ult there. I want to check damage, but it's already gone. I'm curious how much effect this Veno is actually having.
He had 3,600 damage that fight. Which
is that the most?
Yeah. Kobe had 2,700, and the next highest was 1,800, so he had a lot of damage. Yeah.
But at least one upside of the Veno is he's very good at holding these towers. The top tower is still up 15 minutes in, and mid tower, as long as Veno's around, shouldn't die.
And that top tower is not just alive; it's nearly in flawless condition. I mean, it's a T1 tower in the Dire Side safe lane with only 200 damage at minute 15. You rarely see that at a game of this caliber. I mean, these are like 6K, 7K players, and yet this tower is not even damaged.
They're coming for
It's
it now.
crazy.
Aligning their timing.
So are the Dire. Hookshot is there on the Malefic. It was attempted on Kobe, but it's onto Tiny instead. And actually, Tiny just tosses Clock away and TPs in time. What a great play from Malefic. He blocks the
That's great.
Hookshot, gets Clock away, allows his Leshrac to live, and then escapes. That's just beautiful play from our man Malefic.
It's a really good toss because there's all these creeps in the trees. It's very hard for Clock to actually make it back down there.
I feel
And even if he
underwhelmed
did,
by
well.
Timbersaw. Is it just me, or is it also you?
Nope. I think Timber was very effective when they were sieging this bottom tower, but after that thing's done, after it's fallen, we haven't seen too much of this hero.
Well, it's a smoke gank from the Radiant. It's a blink duel there. Venomancer. Venomancer will go down. It's now 2 duel wins. Actually, no, sorry, 3 duel wins. Actually, no, sorry, 2 duel wins for KU. He actually only won 2 level 2 duels. That's the answer, I'm sure. Right? He's 40 duel damage. That's what matters.
And I didn't look at his items, but I guess we got no Maelstrom. He went back for a Midas and then went for a Blink.
Well, mid lane's a Burrow and an Epi there on a Colonel Squid into the split earth of Kobe. Timbersaw is
Into
in
the
severe
duel.
danger. Duel
Oh,
is
there's no
not
duel.
up. So luckily for him, it's not a duel loss, but it's still a very good kill for the Radiant. And they want more. They have found Staples. KU is in the Dire's Cause, though, and that will allow Staples to retreat. But now Radiant, with the Diabolic Edict up in 5 seconds, they will siege the middle T1 tower. Question is, can Dire put up a defense? They're TPing everybody in, though, so they're going to attempt it.
They still have Veno alive, so the siege shouldn't be happening as long as we keep dropping the Veno wards. Radiant seems to be realizing this and is deciding to back off.
Smart move. Say, you know what? We're not going to sit here if we don't have to. It's not one of those like sunk cost saucy things. It's okay. We can't siege. End the siege. Don't sit around. Speaking of, it's Radiant who are repelling the Dire siege, but it's having a Sand King, a Sandstorm, for the 2nd game in a row.
Yeah, his Sandstorm's on cooldown though. He messed up there and accidentally walked out.
He was trying to dodge the Chakram, but apparently got a little bit too far. Now it's Squid in a big dive. Died to Split Earth, though, would have been disastrous if he tanked that one. It was Avalanche and the toss now on the Timbersaw, but he's still a very tanky Timbersaw. He is once again on the run. Drops some Chakrams, but it's Dire who are sieging the mid T1. It's very low to these Veno wards already. But KU is a blink duel there on a Staples on the right side of the fight. Burrow is there. Duel is won. Sunray's not there in time. Now 11-17 is the target for the Dire. They're hitting. They will kill Sand King, so it's a 1-for-1 so far. But Dire maintain their Venomancer. They will attempt to continue the siege. Squid makes space, does damage. Split Earth is pump faked, and Dire return to grab the mid T1. So overall, it's pretty good for both teams, but Dire get the main objective.
I know earlier you were saying you were underwhelmed by the Timbersaw, but we see he's a sieging machine. He's just biding his time. He looked very cool down here when he was sieging. Wait, where am I pinging? There we are. So the Timber looked very nice down here when he was sieging, and it looked pretty good up here too. Just tanking all the tower shots, allowing his team to position around him.
It's funny how
Are we
like,
gonna
Timbersaw
see-
is a sieging machine, but like most sieging machines actually do sieging.
Yeah,
Timbersaw is not.
just sit there.
Well, what are we seeing?
Oh, I was saying that we're seeing a smoke coming off the Radiant here.
That is true. We're seeing 3 men flanking by the position of KU. They're headed to the Dire side jungle, but Dire, well, they're in the Radiant side jungle, and we see a pause. Meator has paused. Begin the timer of pause time. Looks like we're
Marty, to rulebook people.
Yeah, I'm not going to. If this were if this were my day job, I'd be doing this. But nah, I'm not rulebooking these teams.
Yeah. And I'm just noticing this from the Tiny, but he's chosen to not max the first 2 skills. He's chosen to max Tree Toss here instead. I kind of like this. This is to help you keep up in farm.
We saw a similar mentality last game where he went for the sort of core items on a 4 Monkey King, and now he has core items on a 4 Tiny. Sorry, I should say a core skill build in the 4 Tiny. But if you look at the the quick buy, he has Echo Saber Mask of Madness, so he's clearly thinking, hey, I don't trust my idiot teammates, I want to buy damage.
Looking to have fun.
I mean, no disrespect there. That's kind of the vibe I'm sure they have. I know this team. You've been on it, of course, more than I have, but it's a friendly vibe.
You just yell at each other.
A lot of friendly flaming going on with these No Teddy boys. To fight top lane, though, it is KU under the tower, dodges Gale, Blink Avalanche Toss is there onto Meteor, into hookshot of Staples. Meanwhile, Squid fighting with KU, back to the Cogs, Malefic is low, in comes Magnus, down goes Tiny. And Dire run for more, they have lost KU though, they only see Keita, who is on the run. He is brought back by Shockwave, he will hit the borrow time, but yeah, they will use the Aghanim's Shard on the Magnus to cancel that TP, the Horn Toss. So it's 2 kills there for the Dire, albeit it is only 2 support kills.
Is that the debut of the flip? It has to be. It's only 21 minutes in.
I was gonna say it's minute 21. Hey, hypothetically, if you took like a minute 0 Roshan, you could have a shard like minute 10, right?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
you almost never see a second Rosh before minute 20, but hypothetically.
It could. But then you're doing a level 1 Rosh.
Top lane, though, it is the Epi. It is prepped. It will be there on the... No, he blinks away entirely on Magnus. Good blink away by Potato. And now 11-17 is out on island. He gets forced away, though, by himself, it appears. Now he's hookshot by Staples. Down goes 11-17. They die the tower, looking for Malefic, who has Toss, but no Avalanche. Squid is very tanky. He's doing damage. He's tossed away, but he once again pursues. Malefic remains a target, though he's still pretty tanky. Horn Toss, there on 2, into the RP. Down goes Tiny. Here's a duel. Onto Staples. Staples there. Supernova is there. It will be stunning. Down goes Kobe. Keita has borrowed time. He's on the run, but he will be stunned by Supernova ending. Down goes Keita. It is a 4-for-1 trade in favor of dog owners. And they most certainly still have life.
It's less that they have life, it's more that they're ahead now. They have 1k gold lead here. If you look at the last hits, they're also topping the last hit chart. Kobe surprisingly low at 120. But Mag and Veno are both at 180 here. I mean, it makes sense that they're farming faster than Legion. Legion doesn't have wave clear here. Legion has kept up on net worth though, with the Midas here. Topping the net worth.
That's just, it's always fun to see the team that gets beaten game 1 have a much more sort of like resurgent game 2. I know teams that have really that mental state, after they lose game 1, often just have a terrible game 2. But despite the pretty dominant win for No Teddy in game 1, this game 2, it's currently dog owners in the winning position. Obviously, it's a long way to go, but a winning position is definitely not a bad thing.
Yeah. When I was playing after we lose the first game, I do like deep breathing exercises, try to reset myself. Get the jitters down.
Of course. Of course. Seeing
being able to mentally reset after a loss is good. 4-man smoke.
Yeah, they're headed to the Dire side Tri-Camp. They're looking for anything, but they're currently finding nothing. Dire, I think they actually may have seen the edge of the smoke, because they're positioned very, very well for this. It was in the Radiant Tri-Camp. That Warden may have seen it.
They're doing a very good job of dodging it as well. It is over. Legion has completed a BKB, so that'll be up for the next fight, and is going to build into Shard next.
Yeah, Shard is really good. For those who aren't aware, it gives magic immunity for 1.75 seconds on press the attack. We're seeing Colonel Squid, though, chooses to engage. KU, BKBs, and man fights. Who will win this one? RP is there! Oh my lord, it's on 3! It's fantastic! Into everything! But no, Dire dying! Squid dead! Potato dead! Supernova is used! But Radiant hit the egg! The egg is low! The egg survives! Leshrac dead! KU's being kited! Sunray is there, but he man fights once again. Keita down! KU man fights Staples. Staples loses the fight. Burrow's there, onto into Epi. KU is dead though, and now 11-17 TP's away from the fight. What an absolutely chaotic fight, and now it's Malefic looking for Shane. Needs 1 hit. Can he get it? Has Fade Grenade. But now Meteor has Gale, has hits. Malefic should be fine in the fountain. But my lord, what a wild fight.
That was insane. What a great RP. And egg was dropped there, so that's the combo in the works, RP into egg. Now, I think KU got unlucky, unless I'm not sure how this mechanic works, but, you know, Legion's counterattack, right?
Mhm.
moment of courage. As he's hitting the Phoenix Egg, Veno's hitting the Legion, and we didn't see any proc. One proc and that egg dies.
Alas, I'm not sure. The thing is,
Unless,
can you proc on the egg though?
yeah, that's the question. I'm not sure about that one. So it's either unlucky or it either just doesn't work.
Like I am not a guru of game mechanics. Usually, I'm only up to date on the obscure mechanics of like the current meta heroes or the heroes I play, and Legion's neither of them. So
hmm I mean, you can counterattack towers, so I imagine counterattacking Phoenix Egg is in the realm of possibility.
sounds about right. Actually, I had no idea you can counterattack towers.
I'm a fiend at this hero, but they also never picked it for me. That one game we did play was pretty disastrous.
Well, we're fighting
Wait,
against a
smoke?
4-man smoke into the burrow there on the clockwork. He is the target. Malefic is there. The avalanche and the tall splitter is there onto the clock. Clockwork will go down now. Squid on the run. They know he's there, but they also know he's a timber saw. They're going to attempt Amos to blink from KU, maybe. Never mind. Squid chains away. There will be no pursuance onto the timber saw. Though, nah, I thought they might run with the Magnus, but Mag also is fine. Simply a kill there on that clockwork.
Mag is pretty close to finishing a BKB here. Will allow him to kind of just run through all these spells from the Radiant side. Leshrac is working towards his BKB. Glimmer trying to see if we see any interesting items coming out, aside from the Tiny, who's now building into a data list.
What is this? Malefic, you do know you're this 4-player, right? You're the 4-player, not the carry player.
He can do whatever he wants.
KU, look at me. I'm the captain now.
Here, no.
I'm the carry now.
Tiny is the carry of the patch. That's what you said, right?
It is true, but usually when you play carry and you don't play 4 support, so...
This would be a report in a regular pub here.
It's a report if you lose, not if you win. If you win, you say, wow, my tiny player owns, but if you lose the game, then it's 4 reports.
Yeah.
Are scanning.
Speaking
Benno
of
is
time,
starting
you should
to-
grab the tier 2 top lane, but you were saying about Venomancer?
Yeah, Benno is starting to build into the Ags. I was talking about this during draft. I don't know if you were there, but so the math on Benno Ags is something at like 200% of your health is damage. Again, not all at once, but it is over time. But that's quite a lot of damage.
Wait, how much? You said 200%? of
Something
health
like that.
damage?
That's what it works out to because it increases
Huh?
the amount of damage Poison Nova does, and its max HP as damage.
What do you mean 200%? That's more. That's twice somebody's health. Roshan fight
Yeah.
though, it will be huge. Potato. It's another blink RP there on the 3. Supernova's there as well. K-U's already dead. 11-17 dead. Borrow time has popped. Keita in danger. Kobe TP's away, but he's barely alive. He's in the fountain. He's ticking down. Can he survive that one? Aegis goes to Potato, and now Keita is being run at. No borrow time. Down goes Abaddon. In the teamfight combination, this game, it is online. 3 more kills than Aegis. And dog owners. They're once again in the lead.
I agree with these tips, but we're not going to forget that Clock is still the MVP. But this Mac has been playing really well. All these RPs have been on point. I don't think I've seen one that hits less than like 3 heroes. While we have some downtime here, let's do some math on Veno again. So with the Ags, it does 4.5% of your max health in damage per second. It lasts for 25 seconds. So a little bit off, but that's around 150% of your health. 4.5 times 25.
That's still, I mean, that's more damage than the health pool. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's over time, but it's pretty much guaranteed death once you get hit by it.
That's a lot of
Unless
damage.
you mitigate it. And that's ignoring the base damage as well. Wait, let me see. Because it also does 40 DPS on top of that. So
Well,
40
speaking of the
DPS
MVP, Staples and Hookshot, they are the Malefic. Potato is there as well. In comes Squid, who has the Chakram. Squid secures that kill, so 4v1. Malefic attempted to find some space, but only finds a spot in the grave. No, he
you
misses
see that?
some space. From Potato?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like teabagging or something.
I just think it's like pump faking the, I think it was the horn toss teabag or something, but
So,
I'm not sure what they did to him, but he is certainly feeling himself right now.
on a roll here. Well, let's see. So, Dire doesn't want to fight into the Aegis. So, we might just see them try to split waves here, but it's kind of hard. There is a wave coming into the mid tower.
Sand King is set up there, though there is some sentries on the ground, though
And the,
on range Sand King.
the Venom's coming
Oh,
in.
Horntoss is there on the Sand King. They knew where he was. He is now very deep. He'll burrow there on the 3. He's on the run. He's shielded by Keita. Will he survive? They're diving. Hookshot is there. He's forced once again. 11-17 is in the cogs. Splitter there is on the 2 though. 11-17 low. Avalanche Toss is there. Down goes Squid. Staples low. Blink Duel's there. On to Minotaur. Noah's oftentimes only there on the, I believe, 2. Potato comes in, has spells, Supernova stuns on 3, Shockwave comes in on 3, but now Dire are on the run, Clockwork buys back with Dire running at HP, Avalanche tosses there onto Minotaur, Minotaur is low, but so is Malefic, in comes Horn Toss from Potato, onto the Tiny, Tiny, low, Tiny, dead, and now, it's somehow a 4v4 again.
That was a really good initiation from Dire's side there. But Radiant did a really good job of saving the Sand King as well. I think that's 2 Force Staffs? Yeah, that's Abaddon and Sand King's own Force Staff on top of the Abaddon spells. So what looked disastrous at the start is turned around through all these save items that they have.
Yeah, Sand King remains a very hard hero to kill, especially when 3 of your heroes are burrowed like that. They have a lot of good lockdown, but not like instant lockdown to say, stop that exact play from happening in this game.
Yeah. And they could have killed him maybe deeper in here if they had detection, but once the Sand King reached the spot and under Sandstorm, there's no way.
Well, after some very cool team fighting, we've returned to a more peaceful state of game. Both teams are simply pushing in lanes and jungles right now.
But we can take a moment to acknowledge the Horn Toss. So this is something that I kind of hate playing up against, the Blink Horn Toss Skewer. It's very effective when you're defending high ground, it's very effective when you're sieging high ground, as you saw there.
Yeah, it's just it's a very strong, just pretty fast animation stun into repositioning tool. I mean, unless you can stun the mag before he just does things, then he's going to do things. Speaking of things, though, it's KU Blink Duel there on the Magnus. Magnus is low, Sunray is healing, but is it enough? He's still taunted. Splitters comes in. Hookshot go is disrupting. Potato alive. RP is there on a 2. It'll get purged off of 1, I believe. But now Squid is man fighting. Lesh is low. Lesh should go down. Aegis dead. And Dire look for more. Horntoss Skewer on to KU. KU low. Supernova is there. KU goes invis, tries to escape. But now it's Keita who's the target. Borrowed time is over. He will go down. So it ends up being 2 kills for the Aegis. And Dire, they're perhaps hunting. They saw KU temporarily, but he got away on that one.
Now, let's talk about the power of this Veno again. Did you see how Legion kind of just ran away that entire fight?
Yeah, I did see that.
That's because when Veno ulted, the ult touched the Legion, and Legion was BKB during this. It still applies if you're BKB'd. So the BKB ends and the Legion just starts ticking down very heavily. Can't really re-enter the fight after that.
Well, they caught KU invis. He's looking for the engagement, but the Gale was there thanks to that Sentry Ward. Now, Duel was there on a Squid into the burrow, and the Epi Sunray is healing, but Squid will go down. So another Duel win for KU. 110 damage now. But Dire, thanks to the Duel win and a Glyph being used, they no longer can siege.
I'm sure I had a talking point, but it disappeared. We'll wait for the next one to come.
This is the first Duel win for KU in a very long time, actually. He was at 80 damage for a long time. He's now at long last up to 110 damage, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been lacking damage to throw into the duel for the last couple ones. It's been like Legion +1 or just Legion by herself. And he also doesn't have a Blade Mail to pump his own numbers up. But I agree with it though. I don't think you want Blade Mail on your carry. He's building into Silver Edge, one of the best items of the patch, I believe. Look at the Tiny. He's decided, I am not going Daedalus, I'm going Silver Edge. Yeah, that's what's going on here.
I feel like every time we discuss Battlefield items, we just lose a few more brain cells.
No, Silver Edge is good. So is Daedalus.
I think I'm just losing more brain cells every time I see the items on your former 4-player teammates.
It's fine. Kind of curious what neutrals we have here. We have a Blast Shield, or Blast Rig, I mean, and Mindbreaker being unused here. I think I would like to see Mindbreaker on Tiny. Might be good. Or even just Blast Rig. What does Dire have? Dire has an unused Quiver.
Huh, I'm surprised they're not using the Quiver on anybody, actually.
I think the items they have there are correct though. Nobody wants to use the quiver. Maybe if you were a Veno, but I think since this is carry Veno, you do prefer the Paladin sword here.
I guess so. It's the spell I feel that's a big deal.
It's like the one game where Enchanted Quiver is not the best of the bunch.
I feel like hypothetically they could go Paladin Sword on Timbersaw or
No,
Mag.
definitely not Timber.
Wow.
Does it give spell lifesteal?
Yeah, it gives lifesteal for the Timbersaw,
Oh,
but
yeah, it does give spell lifesteal.
then you actually could get the quiver on the Veno, but I'm sure the quiver's just, or sorry, the Paladin Sword is better on the Veno, even
Yeah,
though.
you get
yeah.
this Poison Nova onto 4 heroes or 5 heroes. You're healing a lot throughout the duration of it. Paladin sword.
Well, bot tier 2 is dead. That is the final Radiant side Outer Tower dead.
Yeah, and actually on top of that, Veno does have his. Veno's a him, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, Veno also has his own spell lifesteal talent taken as well, healing through the entire Poison Nova.
Huh, that's a lot of spell. That's actually he has so he has
Oh
the
my
Eternal
God.
Shroud, he has the Paladin Sword, and he has
And
the
the talent.
That is what, like 40% lifesteal?
Well, it's not additive. Pretty sure it's not additive. But it is a lot of lifesteal.
I mean, isn't like actual lifesteal additive?
Is it? I don't know. That's the one mechanic I'm iffy on, like stacking stuff. The one we're sure about is you can't stack cooldown reduction anymore.
Yeah. Also, one thing we're sure about is that Veno has a lot of spell lifesteal.
Get your ult and spells onto a couple heroes, and you know you'll get a lot of mileage out of your fight. This hero's gonna be hard to take down.
Yeah. Well, Dire went for the 4-man smoke. They appear to be missing on it. Radiant are very far away. And Roshan, unlike last game, is spawning very slowly this game. Had we had the average Roshan respawn time of last game, this game, it'd be alive right now, but it's relatively late spawn time.
It only had a short respawn last game because it was following the script. No Teddy has to win. And it has a long respawn this game because it's following the script. You know?
Looking out for the boys as a scriptwriter?
Yeah. Quam hired me to write the script for this season. I helped.
That is fair. I didn't see you in the writers' meetings, so I understand.
Mm-hmm. And part of that script is Near Squad is gonna come back and actually make it into the playoffs.
I don't know. I mean, we wrote that in there, but I don't know. I think that's just too. I think we have to do an audible on that one. That was just too unrealistic.
No, my man Jorik has to make it.
We can be a free entry replacement then. He could be the surprise addition to a team.
Sure. Yeah, there's a lot of dodging going on right now. Neither team wants to fight each other. But Roshan has spawned, and Dire's the one in position to take it. Radiant might not be able to contest this. There's nowhere to TP to. It's only 2 or 3 towers up.
Looks like it will be Roshan number 2 going not very fast, but pretty peacefully to the side of the Dire. Doglanders claiming the second Edis of the game. Obviously, the first one was a little more chaotic, a little more eventful.
Yeah.
This one's
Who is
more
this
peaceful.
shard gonna go to? I think Mag already has his, so does Timber and that.
I guess give it to the
Let's just
Veno.
go to Veno, yeah, right?
Might as well
Better
get
than
some stuff.
Jetpack. And Veno is closing in on that level 25 talent. But
Oh, dear
with the
God.
shard there, he's probably gonna consider the Plague Ward damage.
Was their
Hit
bolt
one good
actually so
venomous kill.
good? Was their bolt so good?
Yeah, they're both really good, but with the shard, I think you're a bit more tempted for the Plague Ward now. The other one is Global Poison Nova.
Big jump bottom lane onto Leshrac, but no, there's no other spells in time. RP, it's wasted, no! So Dire, a lapse in execution. They had the Horn Toss, but no skewer in time, and the RP was missed.
That's very close. Probably like 10 units away from connecting.
It's the right idea, but it's a little bit off the mark.
Mm-hmm.
Had that have hit, it would have been an absolutely huge potential kill there. Let's say a probable kill there on Kobe. But alas.
He probably didn't use it earlier because he wanted to kind of guarantee the skewer afterwards. Leshrac was BKB'd at the moment. So you'd be able to
Well-
RP and then not much else.
Malefic was on a bit of a journey top lane, almost grabbed the entire tier 3 tower, but with the rotations of Venno and the hookshot from Clockwork most notably, they canceled his TP and killed him, but notice a 4 hero just nearly killed the tower in a matter of 10 seconds. 4 hero, by the way.
And we're probably gonna continue seeing plays like that because they don't want to fight the sages.
And now mid lane, 1117 is in the Sandstorm. Shane, though, is also in the Sandstorm, but doesn't have detection. There's no detection on the Phoenix. That's another lapse in judgment there on the Dire. Hookshot comes in, but it's a bit off to the left. Opportunities are being missed, and now Blink Duel's there on a Squid. Botland Squid is in danger. He's alive for now. Now Timber Chain's away, and now KU must BKB and TP. But Dire are slowly losing Aegis time. Looking at Potato on that Magnus, he's already lost 2 minutes of duration. And Radiant continue to be a nuisance.
Mag appears to be building into overwhelming blink. Just has a Reaver by itself in his quick buy. No recipe though.
Satanic,
Is the recipe?
Satanic.
Oh, Satanic. I just checked the courier.
Me too.
I saw Reaver and nothing else.
I assumed as well. It made sense. It's a likely story, but apparently sent the 2 components to the secret shop, and then also it said Reaver and Quick Buy.
Venno has decided to swap out the Paladin Sword for a Trickster Cloak. Probably even or better in terms of your tankiness. Lose a little bit of the spell lifesteal, but gain evasion and magic resist.
Bottom line, we saw a bit of an attempt. Hookshot was used. It hits, but now we're seeing an avalanche. There's a toss there on Colonel Squid, but he BKBs in time. Burrow Strike is now wasted. The Squid continues to go forward, driving Radiant all the way to Fountain almost, but now has to run away. Dire, though, are now arriving. It's 5 Dire side heroes here. At the bottom T3 tower of the Radiance. Malefic and Gated Avalanche is there, seeing a Burrow Strike as well onto Magnus. Potatoes, though, still has Aegis. Squid makes some space, but the tower has proven pretty durable. It's still 2/3 HP. But now this could be the engagement time. Potato is Invis. He hunts for the RP. What will he find? He finds an Invis KU. Both their images actually expire at the exact same time. But this bottom lane, with all these splitters being set up, is hard to siege, but the Plague Wards care not for Split Earth. They're doing the siege, and as you mentioned, it is the Plague Ward HP damage talents.
Yep.
And they're just slowly killing the tower.
And Dire, I mean, no, not Dire. Radiant has no way of really dealing with the wards.
Oh,
Their
Blink
heroes are really-
Epicenter is there. Onto Venomancer, into the duel. Supernova is there. Potato, looks RP. It's only on 1. Meator, dead. Squid, dead. Potato, low. Egg, sounds on all 5. And now Radiant running out of HP. 1117 dead. He buys back. Malefic dead. He buys back. KU, Keita, they try to fight. Borrow time already popped. Potato attempts to escape. He's still stunned though. Now Staples is the target. Burrow is there. Will hit onto the Clockwork. But can they even kill him? He's being run at. He cogs. And now Malefic perhaps wants to blink in, but cannot find the angle. And now it's Potato, who's also invis, still has that good old Aegis. Back in the Radiant base, we're seeing a skewer. Malefic is way isolated. If he dies, he'll be the dieback. Now Meator is a target. He's stunned, but Nova, it's there on 3. Malefic, it's a dieback. Squid engages. Hookshot there. It stuns on 2 big cores. KU is in the cogs. He's low. He goes down. He has no buyback. And now Kobe is going to the fountain. He's shielded. He's alive for now. The Burrow is there. Onto the Magnus. The Aegis is expired. They go for Keita, but Keita once again is borrowed time. He tries to fight, tries to do whatever he can, but now Dire kite him around. He's invis with the Glimmer Cape. The detection is lacking, but they still continue to hunt. Meanwhile, bottom racks, dead. Keita, the target. Hookshot misses. Keita is in the fountain. And Dire now go to mid racks. At the fountain, Colonel Squid, he's burrowed. He's Timber Chains away though in time. Chakras are there, but he's low on HP. Pulse Nova is there. Squid will go down. Back to the racks. Mid T3. Dead. Potato hits. Goes for melees. Will grab the melees. But Radiant only have 3. Can they defend? It's very hard. But no, Horn Toss there on Keita. Borrow time on cooldown for 2 seconds. He force taps, but goes down in time. Massive kill. Epi, Burrow, it's there on 3. Who can they kill? Keita buys back, Poison over there on 2. Minotaur on the run. He too has no buyback. And now Staples, who buys time, buys space. Hookshot though is there on level 17. He's very low. He's dead. No buyback. A dieback on Sand King. Abaddon, the target. Borrow time once again there, but they're hunting to the fountain. He's so low, forced away, but Dire. They have not hit the top racks, but they're back to them again. Magnus looks to hit, but he's so low on mana. Staples buys time, buys space. And Dire at long last return to the buildings. T3 tower top dead. They hit the melees. KU up in 8. But they don't have 8 to defend. Melee racks dead. Range racks, the targets, they will go down. And dog owners, at 45 minutes, grab Mega Creeps.
Where you wish you had your level 20 cleave talent, right?
You circled it back. Awful.
I did.
You circled it. They have Tiny though, vertically. Oh, yeah.
I think Tiny was mispositioned here when he got skewered by the Magnus. The only reason it feels really bad is because Legion doesn't have duel there. You want to fight with the duel and combo with it. And they did have means of protecting this area again. You know, just throw a bunch of Leshrac stuns onto it. So it's just a little bit YOLO, playing a little bit too far up.
Speaking of YOLO plays, KU searches for a solo kill. He has a duel, will look for Staples. Or perhaps instead for Minotaur. Or perhaps instead for nobody. Okay then.
He's just too far up by himself.
Thought he may go for a wild and crazy play, or else he wouldn't be there, but nah. He did not go for the wild and crazy play.
Situations like this require wild and crazy now.
Got most of the way there to wild and crazy, but didn't commit.
Yeah. And now, we see Legion, 40 minutes later, going back for the Maelstrom.
Speaking of circling back, yeah, it's... we've seen probably 15 different items in KU's quick buy this game, but we have come back to the Maelstrom.
This Venom's been very effective. It's just super annoying, especially since you can just drop the ults, Ags, doesn't matter where you are, doesn't matter if they're BKB'd, it'll stick to them. And after the BKB wears off, again, it is an Ags Poison Nova. 150% of your health.
Dare I say, it's a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm. Then we also have Shard and Plague Ward damage on the Veno. That helps make these sieges very, I guess, easier to pull off. Alright.
Well, it's a horn toss there on the Kobe. He is in danger. He'll BKB and Bloodstone. The RP is there on the one. Now in comes Malphite, who tosses Kobe in the air. Magnus focuses Lesh. Lesh goes down. He has no buyback. Now Burrow. Epi is there onto the Magnus. Radiant trying to fight the duel is there onto Potato. Can they kill him? Hookshot stuns there onto Tiny. Puts 2 in the cogs. Supernova Sunray. They're there. KU goes down. And Radiant are running out tools to fight. Malefic dead. No buyback. Burrow is there. On 3. 11-17 is isolated. He goes down. Keita, the lone survivor. He's been hit by Poison Nova. He has shield, but Shockwave is there. The Skewer is there. It's a full 5-man wipe. And the GG is called. And dog owners get a much needed 1-1 draw.
I think Dire did a pretty fantastic job of executing their draft there. Played around their timings pretty nicely. The RP, the egg. This Clock owned, and we're saying it, Clock is the MVP of this game. He owned that top lane. And his hook shots throughout the game were also pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, between the Clock and the Mag and just the overwhelming teamfight combination that dog owners had, I mean, we had a very similar draft game one that just failed to execute. Perhaps having one more of their actual players in the lobby means they can more easily execute their sort of preferred strategy.
Yeah, and I guess the previous game was also like, Brew's the only strong hero. Brew has his one spell on a 3-minute cooldown. This one's a bit more balanced. I feel like all 5 of these heroes were pretty strong there. And you also have you actually have a lot more team fight here. You got the Hookshot, you have the Poison Nova. It just feels a lot more easier to execute. Again, the previous game was just like Brew by himself. This one you have all these different team fight spells that can be used. But on the side of Radiant, it's a little wonky. This is the first carry Legion I think we've seen, right? In the league?
I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. You know, being experimental is fine. This is group stage after all. Groups don't matter. Kappa.
I mean, you,
Lower-
you guys didn't win. You guys didn't win your group last season, but won Lad. So perhaps it's Okay, so I'm looking it up. This is
Yeah.
the 5th different Legion Commander game this season, and from what I can tell, they all appear to be either carry or mid.
Mhm.
I'm looking at them right now, and I'm seeing no other carry Legion Commanders, unless Nemesis Sobriety picked it. But I believe that is a carry Bloodseeker.
Most likely.
Yeah, it is a carry Bloodseeker. So this is the 5th Legion game, but the only first Legion carry game.
Trying to think of other things here, and then the Leshrac. The idea behind this pick is, the early tower push and being able to open up your map. We didn't see that happen this game because Dire had some pretty good heroes for defending their tower. You have beefcakes like the Timbersaw and the Magnus, as well as Veno just making it impossible with the Veno wards. Kind of nullifying that early advantage that could have happened there. I think that's it from me. Any closing thoughts?
Nah, I'm good. Unless you have any more analysis, I'm ready to go into the outro.
All right. Well, before we go to the outro, we're gonna chill it here. Be here next Wednesday when we do the banner rankings, along with the logo rankings and the interface rankings. We're gonna rank your teams based on how nice they look.
That will be
Make
twitch.tv/Boljax, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, Boljax with 2 X's at the end if you're curious. But I guess that I'll go into it normally anyways. Thank you for joining me, Teddy. Do you have any final words, call out, shouts, and say it to the people of League of Lads
Nope.
and twitch.tv/BadgerPablo? Those were your last words, I know, but
Those were the last words. Just join us for some rankings. It'll be fun.
I have a routine to stick
There's-
to.
I already collected a couple. There's some very nice art pieces in there.
Oh dear lord.
Mhm.
But my name is Badger. If you enjoyed my casting, want me to cast your games, cast your tournaments, contact me over on Discord. It's Badger number 5713, or on Twitter. It's twitter.com/BadgerDota2. I'll be back. Oh, I actually have no scheduled Lads cast. There are literally no series right now in scheduled series. I may end up casting some of the MD2L LAN tomorrow for some of the later day matches. I know they have the LAN, but they also can't have a caster for every series on Studio, so might end up casting some of them from remote. And other than that, have a great night, and as per always, thanks for watching.